Well, good morning,
Oh,
everyone.
it's Todd.
Hi.
Todd has that
morning,
thing.
What the hell am I doing here? Just, the entire population of Santaquin, they love to go dancing.
Do they?
Well, come dancing, the name of the song.
Yeah.
Santaquin.
But Santaquin, they're boogieing right now. They're all out of bed, everyone,
Every
shaking their
single one of
booties.
them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because
On this day, well, it was this weekend. Because, the Killers are out touring.
yes,
And they've been doing,
friends of the program.
yes, local favorites, the
Our
Killers.
buddy Brandon Flowers and Ronnie that have houses here in Utah now.
Yes. They're out touring, and they've been doing remakes of old songs, like they did Erasure, A Little Respect, a while ago.
Ooh, I need to find that.
And Friday, they did that song in Dublin.
I would love to hear. Is it not
It's
very
not-
clear? Oh yeah, that works. Nice.
It's not, clear enough to play
Right.
the whole song, but I thought you'd want to hear it.
There it is.
I can see them in the moonlight, two silhouettes kissing goodnight by the garden gate.
Yeah, Brandon is someone who's very in touch with his.
His new wave.
Well, his new. Yeah, I was thinking like his youth.
Yeah.
Like he loves to pay homage to all the stuff he used to listen to on this station when he was
Indeed.
younger.
When they played, it was a couple summers ago, when they played when Johnny Marr, formerly the Smiths, opened for him.
Yeah.
And then they had Marr come out and they played, I think they played There's a Light That Never Goes Out together
Oh, cool.
with him on guitar and then the Killers. It was
Wow.
just amazing.
Todd Newcomb is here. Bill Allred is on assignment,
Yes.
right?
Important newsman stuff.
He'll maybe
We'll
be
see.
back tomorrow.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Uh,
But Todd, for your service
Yes.
being here, I have a roll of butter rum lifesavers.
Oh, well, thank you.
it's the official lifesaver of the Radio from Hell show.
Yes, the butter rum flavor.
Now, are these going to mix okay with my coffee mouth?
Yes,
They might.
actually, yeah.
Let's see.
They might.
Does butter rum go well with coffee?
Rum goes with coffee.
Carrie Jackson.
Where did these come from, Carrie?
A listener.
A listener sent us a whole box of them.
So I did what Bill usually does when you play a song. You
Yes.
look up a little bit about the song. I had no idea. So that's a happy little song.
It is.
That's a come dancing. Let's just.
But it's sad.
So you know this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The song was inspired by Ray Davis's memories of his older sister Renee, and you're like, well, that's nice because
Yeah.
in the song, I look out the window and there's my sister. She's by the garden gate, and his sister Renee, who died of a heart attack while dancing at a dance hall.
Oh,
They don't address that in the song. at all.
Ray has a dark sense of humor.
apparently.
She died of a heart attack at the dance hall. That's horrible. That's just a nice song about come dancing and die.
Die.
Yeah.
And
That's
die.
the Smiths have a song called that. Come dancing and die.
Yeah.
Come dancing and die.
Ray has a dark sense of humor.
I'm going to write a song about
I mean,
my
if you go
sister.
through the Kinks stuff, you'll see it. It's everywhere. I mean, they have a song called "Art Lover," which you swear is about this creeper following a little girl around.
Which is dark.
Because it's pretty well.
Yeah.
He's talking about how, I wear sunglasses so she can't see me
Yeah.
and things like that. I mean, it's really, if you look up the
Creepy.
lyrics, it's
Yeah.
creepy. But then you find out at the end it's because this guy's daughter died and he misses his daughter.
Okay.
That's all.
Dark in a different way.
Yeah, he leads you down this path into thinking it's one way, but then he flips it on you.
It's like Every Breath You Take by the Police.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
creepy.
You'd in junior high, here's a girl's choice dance.
Yeah.
And
No.
you think, oh, how fun, but it's some creepy weirdo.
It never fails. People don't pay attention to lyrics. And, I mean, Better Man by Pearl Jam. How many weddings has that been played at? You know,
Not the right
not
choice
at
at all.
all. Not at all.
At a divorce party, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where you play that. But
But
By the way, these butter rum lifesavers, they do mix
Yeah.
okay with coffee. Like I've got one. I'll take a swig of coffee here with my lifesaver in my mouth. We'll see.
we were lamenting that it's rare to find just rolls of lifesavers, single rolls of lifesavers in the store, but you never see butter rum.
Yeah,
when you do find lifesavers, it's the multi-pack, the
Yeah.
flavor, different colors. Never find the butter rum, and then a listener just mysteriously sent us a whole box of them.
Not bad. It mixes well with the coffee.
you say things into the magic box, Todd, and then
People
things
take
appear.
care of it for you. This is how we've learned to live our lives.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be fun if someone brought us?
Butter rum lifesavers. Ding! There they are. And I believe that person didn't take credit for it.
It
They
was
just sent
completely
it.
anonymous.
Thank you, whoever did that.
So yes, we thank you.
Do I have to spit this thing out, or can I?
No.
just
Entirely
continue?
up to you.
No. You don't like it? Oh.
If
no?
you don't
No,
want
I
it
mean,
anymore.
I'm doing a radio
No,
show.
are you
Do
kidding? Bill eats the whole time. You'll notice the crumbs on his keyboard
it is.
over there.
It is. Yeah, I need to clean this place up again over here on this side.
That's the only time he does get cleaned up is when
Somebody-
Bill is on assignment. And,
Yeah,
you
somebody
know,
else has to come in here and go, "Oh God,
or Nick, he just,
it's creepy and sticky over here."
Well, more vinyl selections coming up later today.
Oh, good.
I brought in something
Todd's
from my collection.
turntable?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
gonna do that. That's the coolest thing in the studio, though. The turntable, Carrie, and I just love that thing.
Well, and luckily I had Kinks on. Luckily,
Of
course
course
you
of course,
did.
I had Kinks on vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while, Carrie will pull something out and be like, "I can't believe you have that on vinyl." But no, the Kinks, I know.
Of course,
you.
Carrie
Well,
has
of course,
the key.
yeah.
I love, and I look through your records when I'm in here in the afternoon. But I love your one, the Bill Cosby talks to kids about drugs.
That's
record.
Gina's actually.
Was
That's
that Gina's?
my friend Clayton gave that to us. It's
I haven't had a chance to go through it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't-
we need to
I haven't
get some
played any
drops
of that
from
yet,
that.
but
Yeah.
I bet it's just
You
a
see,
treat.
kids, the drugs go in the coffee,
They make you go to
and
sleepy
you put
sleep.
the pills in the people.
Oh man,
Yeah, we need to examine that.
I have
maybe
an espresso machine.
maybe the next farting around can be
Bill
Maybe.
Cosby farting around.
farting around with Bill Cosby.
Well, that was some choice farting.
Yes.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right. Well, 6:14. I guess we should begin the show so we can end the show.
Yeah.
So let's begin the show with your check-ins in the next break. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call, check in. You can also text your check-ins to 33986. We prefer your phone calls, but the texts will do, 33986. And, we'll get this thing going so we can end it after these. Stand by.
X96.
6:21. Let's get this over with.
And the opening of this show officially brought to you by our friends at Big O. Now, during their Stars and Stripes savings sale, you can get up to $120 off select sets of in-stock tires. Don't wait. The sale ends July 7th. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The moon is a waning gibbous moon. Yeah, there it is. And today is Monday, the 17th day of June in the year of our Lord 2024. And this is the Radio from Hell show with the lords, some of them, of morning radio. Carrie Jackson, Bill Allred on assignment, me, Gina Barberi, our very own Todd Newcomb.
I'm not quite a lord. I'm only a deacon. I'm
There
a
you go.
deacon of more. Am I a lord of afternoon radio?
Sure you are.
Yes.
Okay, all right. But a deacon of morning radio.
Katie for short here, Macy here. I believe Vax is, yep, there he is, x96.com/live. That's puppy cam is usually puppy napping cam.
What?
Oh, he looked up. Hi, buddy.
Did I hear my name?
Yep. Today's National Mascot Day.
Well,
And when we were in the Pride Parade, I don't know if you noticed, like the Utah Royals mascot was right. They were like right behind us.
Yeah.
And it was really hot. And I said to Carrie, I'm like, how do they do that? How I don't
commitment.
I'm just standing here in regular clothes, dying from the
It was
heat.
a warm day. Did they have little like portable like AC units inside there? I
Don't think
know.
they do.
I'd just stack my suit with ice.
Which is why those mascot people need to be paid more. Which is
Yeah.
why I'm glad that they unionized down at Disneyland. You know, yeah, you're paying a little bit more, but you're getting that interaction that is better than any advertising that you could buy.
Oh, absolutely.
you know.
Everyone has their kids with a selfie with
Exactly.
all the characters, and
Exactly.
like that's the moneymaker.
Oh
right
yeah.
there for Disney.
I mean, there was a video of Chewbacca hugging a kid.
I saw that. That's the cutest thing.
And I'm like, look at that moment, and then it spread across the globe, and you're upset that you had to pay union dues to this person? No.
Well, so then for us, do we need to get a radio station mascot? And it has to be a costume that Artie Fuff can wear, because
Sure.
that's the guy, right? That's
Sure.
Artie would be.
He
and
would
maybe
do
he
that.
just is. There is no
He
costume.
is.
It's just Artie Fuffkin is the X96 mascot.
Exactly right. Exactly.
I like this.
877-602-9696 for checking in with the Radio from Hell show. You can text 233-986.
Let's see. Did Bill quit the show? No, he's on assignment. Let's see. I love that people never listen to song lyrics. At work all the time, people will be jamming to a song, and I'll look at them and say, listen to the lyrics. And then everybody freaks out and turns it off. Zane of Bountiful checking in. Not sure what to watch. He's our hype man. Zane is our hype man.
Okay, good.
Not sure what to watch? Stick around for Bill Frost. He'll tell you what's on TV this week.
Yeah.
We need like a booth announcer guy.
Yeah. It's Zane.
Mike in Nashville checking in, still waiting for Todd to play another Dave Matthews vinyl selection.
I need
It's right over there.
I know. What I need you to do, Mike, is it?
Mike.
Mike, email me or reach out to me on social media, DM me, and let's connect, and we'll plan this. Because I always want to do it, and then I'm in here in the afternoon, and I'm like, oh, I forget who the Dave Matthews guy is. But so let's arrange this. Reach out to me. We'll schedule it. I'll make it happen, but not today because
You got
it's a
something
long,
else
crazy
planned.
day. I'm a busy man on Monday.
Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Colonel Coffee Bean checking in. Haven't heard from him
Yeah,
in a
good
while.
morning.
Jerry with a G, Gerry. Jerry checking in from Brigham City. Thank you for such an awesome radio station. You guys are the
That's
best.
nice.
Woodworker Willie. Tree of Maine checking in. Happy Monday morning, kids. One step closer to the Friday. Meshach of Erda checking in. Cardboard Chris checking in. Hey, Todd, I never listened to 80s music growing up because my mom hated it.
What's wrong with your mother?
So much new 80s music to dive in.
Oh, well, I could give you a whole course
Oh,
on that.
please.
And this past weekend we did the Generation X weekend,
X96
so
week.
there was
I think that's-
extra oldie stuff.
I played on Friday. I played Sig Sig Sputnik.
Did you
Oh,
really?
Yeah, yeah. We were pulling out. We were just going for it.
Jesus.
And another one, Red Flag. I played Russian
Wow.
radio by Red Flag. It was
You
great.
went deep.
I mean, it wasn't all obscure. Like we were playing, the big money making hits. But dude, I
That's
had
funny.
a good time.
It's funny that you even found Russian radio.
Oh, Carrie, I've got.
He's got it.
You've seen my collection.
Let's go to Victoria.
Is this Victoria? Oh no, different Victoria.
Different Victoria.
I'm sorry. You're perfectly fine,
No,
Victoria.
I'm first time calling in.
Good morning.
Hi,
Where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from Sandy.
Victoria of Sandy. What are you doing today?
Yes. I was just calling in to let you guys know that I was at the Killer Show in Dublin on Friday.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
What cover
I went to
did they do?
Dublin. They did that Kink song.
Mhm.
that you
Now,
just
she was
played.
at that show on
Oh,
Friday.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
that was fun on Friday. So
How's
So are
Dublin?
you-
we made a trip to Dublin just to
Wow.
see the Killers.
I was going to ask, are you just like hardcore travel around the world to see the Killers fan?
That was my first time traveling out of the country. That was a dream
Oh, wow.
of mine
for
and
you.
a friend of mine.
So how was Dublin?
we just-
How did you find Dublin?
Dublin was amazing. I mean, we did a little tour all over Ireland for 7 days first,
Oh, wow.
and then we ended it with the Killers on Friday night.
I'm a big fan
So,
of the
it was-
trip to go to a concert, like a 2-for-1, like not just go
As
to.
long as you're not planning the trip to see Morrissey, because he'll cancel.
Oh yeah,
will.
not that one, but wow, what are the odds that? I mean, actually, they're pretty good. When we talk about something, there's somebody out there going, "I was at that show in Dublin this weekend." Thanks, Victoria.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Data Dave from Cedar Hills checking in. I've been in love with I've been in love with the melancholy that is Celluloid Heroes dripping with for a very long time. It's a Kinks song,
Yeah.
which is a beautiful song, Celluloid Heroes. If you covered him with garbage, George Sanders would still have style.
Wow.
And if you stamp on Mickey Rooney, he'd still turn round and smile.
That's heavy.
It's just the stars on
Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard
Yeah,
that he's talking about. And then he talks about one of them looking up ladies' dresses. That's another one.
See, he had to go there.
He's got
He
a
had to
dark
go there.
sense of humor.
Yeah.
Right Wing Wade checking in from I-15. Luis and Martel of Harrisburg, PA checking in. Johnny B checking in. Over the weekend while filling out the primary ballot, I let the girlfriend's magic dice make the decision on the school board choices. Oh, that's a bad.
Yeah.
On the bright side, the butter chicken recipe I've been working on was rather tasty. Oh, that's good.
Butter chicken.
That's always the hardest part of like doing the ballots, the school board stuff, because I mean, you just kind of are left to like find which one's the least crazy. So you have
Yep.
to really like do
'Cause
some
they're all
research.
crazy.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like which one's going to
Yeah.
be the least crazy.
Trucker Landon, Jello Salad Annie, Shane and Snoop, Otter Desk, HVAC Helper Scott,
Well,
Amy of Tooele, Metal
Everybody
Shop Mark,
checking
Blaine
in.
of Ogden, University of Utah Police checking in. Good morning. Tristan from the most west of Jordans. Everybody checking in. Okay, thank you. Let's get some traffic and
Well,
begin.
so far so good. Not a lot of details to or traffic messes to report. Just looking at a couple of details across the area, and things are moving pretty well right now. And it's brought to you by Nightingale College, providing the opportunity for an ideal work-life balance from the comfort of your own home with 100% online nursing classes and no waiting list. Become a Nightingale nurse. Apply for their upcoming fall semester at nightingale.edu.
Gina, there's a term for going to see a concert out of town.
there is.
Gig tripping.
I like it.
There you go.
I'm a fan of it.
Gig tripping. All right, it's 6:30 right now. We'll take a break, play a song for you, and after that, it's Big Boy News and Opinioendo. And Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, our Dead Celebrity game. We'll explain how to play, what you'll win, all coming up. Stand by for all of that. Stockton 12 Honda.
So last week I was telling a story about how my husband's truck died, and I'm like, babe, it's time to get a new truck. And our friend Shane Parrish, who's the general manager at Stockton 12 Honda, texted me.
Did he?
He said, Gina, tell your husband I got a sweet Ridgeline here that he needs to come test drive. That is the kind of service
Indeed.
that you get at Stockton 12 Honda. But I mean, part of it is that Shane's been there forever and ever, and we've had a relationship with the station in Stockton 12 for a long time. Your neighborhood Honda dealer, part of the community for over 25 years. Huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas. They have competitive pricing, transparent financing, top dollar for your trade-in, Hassle-free customer satisfaction is guaranteed, and they have same-day service available. Save with the happy hour service specials from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day. You can check out, they've got, you can go online before you go see them. They have a lot of their offerings available for you to see online at Stockton12Honda.com. But then go in and see Shane and all the nice people that work at Stockton 12 Honda. Do we live in a pancake state or a waffle state?
You know, I read this.
Oh,
I thought we were in one, and it turns out we're in the other.
well,
Let me
let's
guess, let me
look.
guess, let me guess.
Okay.
All right?
Pancake.
Well,
That's what I thought.
let's see.
Oh?
Pancakes, part of the American breakfast table. Waffles introduced much later in 1630. That's how old the waffle is.
1630.
Rose to popularity as the crisp golden pancake alternative that you could serve with fresh fruit, whipped cream, maple syrup. The two been battling out to be crowned America's favorite breakfast item ever since.
Okay.
So, waffle popularity versus pancake popularity. There was a poll done
Mm-hmm.
for whether for sub-regional preferences. Now you would think, well, Waffle House. Where's Waffle House?
That's in the South.
That's in the South.
A mecca.
Data indicates that waffle-related searches consistently enjoy a high level of interest throughout the year and rarely dip below the 70 mark. So there's lots of people Googling waffles.
Mm-hmm.
Googling waffles is a good band name, by the way. if you
Waffles
would like
near
that.
me.
These numbers seem to suggest waffles are the most popular choice. Pancakes show a slightly different pattern with more substantial fluctuations. The interest in pancakes only occasionally falls below 80%. Pancakes maintain a higher popularity than waffles. However, the time of year influences popularity.
Interesting. I will say, as a kid, I was shipped off one summer for a week to do EFY, which is the young person's Mormon boot camp
Yeah.
down at BYU.
Oh, okay.
And the only fun part about it was the full food bar that you got
Mm-hmm.
at the BYU
Yeah.
campus lunch in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had a big waffle bar there, so you could make your own waffles. And one kid thought it would be really funny to fill it with nothing, full of chocolate chips, and just shut it and walk away.
And let it just melt.
I think he broke
Oh.
the waffle maker.
So he was a
down there.
dick. Okay.
Yeah.
So
See, yeah.
let's
Now,
look at the top 5 states with interest in pancakes and waffles. So
Okay.
here's the list of waffle states.
waffle states.
Number 5, Maine. Number 4, New Hampshire. Number 3, Vermont. You would think Vermont would be a pancake state.
Now,
You
these-
would think.
But these are all kind of colder weather states.
Number 2, Utah.
Interesting.
And number 1, Minnesota.
All kind of colder weather states
Now
in the
here,
waffles.
now here are the pancake states.
All right.
And this is weird because there's overlap here.
Stack of states.
New Hampshire, number 5. They were also a waffle state.
Also a waffle state.
Alaska, number 4. Oregon, number 3.
Oregon.
And here we are with Utah again at number 2 for pancake state.
We're number 2 in each list.
Yes. Hawaii, number 1 pancake state.
Well, yes.
Now, this doesn't make any sense. Although they're saying that Hawaii is known for specifically its macadamia nut
Exactly. I
pancakes.
was going to say that.
That makes sense. But you claimed at the beginning we're a waffle state?
But we're apparently both are
See,
popular here.
I thought we were clearly a pancake state.
Yeah.
But no.
Now here's a
Somebody
question.
flipped the results.
Exactly.
Now here's a question for you.
All right.
Which are you, pancakes or waffles?
Depends.
Oh,
Depends on a lot of things.
like what?
My mood, first of all. Secondly, I want to see the waffle iron.
Yeah.
And I want to get a look at the.
I want to see the one.
I want to see the dough. Do you call
The
it dough?
batter.
The batter.
The
You're
batter.
thinking, yeah.
Because I can tell visually
Like if it's too runny or
If
not
it's-
runny enough.
if it's not going to be good or not. I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
But pancakes, usually, even a bad pancake is a good pancake. It's like
Yeah.
pizza that way.
It depends on how I'm consuming it.
Yeah.
And the way I say, like, solo, just that's the only thing I'm eating.
Mhm.
Waffle, right? You can
Yeah.
deck it out with an assortment of
Mhm.
toppings. But if I'm eating it with a regular breakfast of, bacon, hash brown, eggs, pancakes every time. I think that's the better.
If I have a sausage patty, I'm automatically pancake
Yeah.
because you put the patty in between two
Oh.
pancakes.
You can do that?
Smart man.
All my life I've been doing that.
See, I like a pancake, and you can get this at Original Pancake House. A bacon pancake, and it's crumbled up bacon in the batter
Surprisingly good, right?
of the pancake.
Yeah.
You can also do this with waffles, too.
The pancake,
Crumbled
yes.
up
It's
bacon.
not the same, though. I love the crispiness of the waffle, but it doesn't translate with those other ingredients that well.
The most
don't
important,
think.
the most important thing about the waffle iron is you've got to have that thing greased up
So it doesn't stick.
so it doesn't stick because it never fails. You open that thing up and it it's split down the middle.
And are you a Belgian waffle, or do you like a thinner waffle?
Again,
It depends.
it depends. There's a lot that can go wrong with a waffle. There's your sign off right there.
There's a lot. You mean I should replace? It would behoove you to care for your uvula?
You can take either of them. A lot can go wrong with a
A
waffle.
lot.
Free
All right, I'll
promo.
write
Maybe I might
a
steal over
lot.
to Bruges down the street after this and give me a Belgian
wrong.
waffle.
They're pretty good over there.
Waffle.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Belgian waffle in Murray, the Belgian Waffle House.
I've never been.
You can get a you can get a hot fudge waffle. It's a waffle with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and hot fudge on it.
I'll take it.
And that's breakfast.
I'll take it. Let's see. Does it say which sauce Utah uses to elevate its waffle?
Yes.
Oh, it does
or
not.
pancake. It doesn't
Oh.
talk about whether it's syrup or what.
I mean, syrup is traditional, of course, but I like a strawberry whipped cream situation. I like that.
There is a little diner. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Sue, if you're listening, let me know. It's across the street from the comic book store. There by that Big O Tires on 33rd in that little shopping area.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say it's called the Sunset Diner or something like
Something
that.
like that.
They do a lemon pancake.
Ooh.
Absolutely fabulous. Just amazing. There's always a line on weekends for brunch.
Now, does scones technically fall into the category?
That's
No.
a different
Those two?
thing.
That's
Entirely?
Because you deep fry a scone.
Different animal
These
altogether.
are griddle
Okay.
things.
I was like, if scone is in that list, that takes it by far.
No,
in
that's a
Utah.
different one. And I apologize for the political nature of this newscast.
Yeah.
Lazy Day Cafe. Thank you, Sue. The Lazy Day Cafe. The lemon pancake there. Oh, it's great.
Somebody
big.
says they have 5 different waffle irons. You can't use 5
Five?
or meaning like, oh, sometimes they have them like that have like a Mickey Mouse
I had a Bugs Bunny
or
one.
a
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny one.
It was not a good waffle iron.
Yeah.
I bought it because it was like $5 or on clearance, and I should have realized.
Yeah. I have a really nice waffle iron that was a wedding gift that sits right next to my pillowcases because we don't have a lot of
What?
shelf space in our apartment. So there's like
There's a
like,
waffle iron there.
the like kitchen accessory forward slash bedding closet.
Now I need a waffle.
Yeah. Snack and bacon at Dunkin' Donuts. Never heard of that. Wow.
Like fries like that. Or
I
yeah.
guess. That's the impression I'm getting.
I could do that.
Sour cream and strawberry jam on a waffle. There you go. 6:40 right now, and it is time for some big boy news and a Pinuendo. Then right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. It's our Dead Celebrity game. We're going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of them are fine. Who has these?
Katie.
The 4th one is
Oh,
dead.
crap.
Oh, oops.
Okay. We'll throw something together.
Could one of you in there do that?
Find us some dead people.
3 dead, 1 alive celebrities.
I forgot about that.
It doesn't have to be a theme.
No.
Don't worry about
It
a
can just
theme.
be celebrities,
Just
that's the thing,
celebrities.
yeah.
A list 4. All we need is 4 celebrities. 3 alive, 1 dead. That's it. We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
from there.
This is what passes for number 1 in Morning Drive here in Salt Lake City. Right here, right now. This is it. This is how you do it.
So that's right after this big boy news. What is the prize we're playing for Frank?
For Frank Christ, I've got Cage the Elephant tickets. They're going to be in town on Thursday night.
Cage the Elephant, Young the Giant,
And
tickets.
Bakar.
And Bakar. People are excited about Bakar.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
877-602-9696. Call, line up, play, and win. Frank Christ Presents. Right after this, big boy news and a Pinuendo brought to you by
McClure and Stewart, if you owe $10K or more in back taxes and have multiple unfiled years, contact the IRS experts, McClure and Stewart, for a free consultation. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Gordon Ramsay's fine. He's just fine.
Whoa, he's my favorite celebrity chef.
He had quite a scare just before Father's Day. The famous chef, 57 years old, revealed he suffered a scary accident while riding his bike in Connecticut earlier this week. Ramsay addressed his Instagram followers with a video where he detailed the incident, which really shook him up. He says, "I'm lucky to be here, and honestly, if I hadn't been wearing a helmet, I might not have been." Hell's Kitchen host pulled up a chef jacket to reveal a large purple bruise climbing up the side of his stomach from his waist to his ribs. He said, "I'm doing okay. I didn't suffer any major injuries, but I just am here to tell you, wear your helmet. I don't care how short you're riding." You know, when you think, well, I'm just going over there. Nothing bad could happen between here and there.
You donkey!
Gordon Ramsay.
Wear your helmet, you donkey.
Yes, comma, you donkey. Speaking of donkeys, this made me super mad over the weekend.
What's that?
Utah legislature will meet in a special session, not to do anything good, like, oh, we're going to finally fix roads, or the air quality, or the water
pipes,
or the homeless problem.
Yeah.
Or Utah legislature will meet in a special session to attempt to use a newly passed law to block enforcement of a new federal regulation aimed at protecting transgender students in schools.
Oh, my hell.
The special session is scheduled for Wednesday during Juneteenth celebrations, which these people are invited to. And, I would like to celebrate your Juneteenth holiday, but we're going to have a special session because really your holiday doesn't mean anything to us.
Exactly.
In April, President Joe Biden administration issued new guidelines under Title IX, which bars discrimination based on sex for any K-12 school, college, or university that receives federal funding. They did that because states like Utah passed these ridiculous laws.
Exactly.
The new Department of Education rules set to go into effect ahead of the next school year on August 1st. Well, we better have a special session before that starts. Expand the interpretation of Title IX to include gender identity and sexual orientation. The rules would require schools to allow transgender students to use bathrooms and locker rooms that align with their identity, directly conflicting with the state's new law requiring people use the bathrooms. Again, this was never a problem.
No.
And now it's turned into this.
And what are we talking about? Like 5 kids? 6 kids?
This is not. So earlier this year, lawmakers passed Bill 57, known as Utah Constitutional Sovereignty Act. And that is as stupid as it sounds.
Yeah.
This is a bill that says, I know we're a part of the United States of America, but we would like to pick and choose which federal laws we follow. And you can't do that. If you would like to secede from the United States of America and make your own laws, and actually critics of the bill say it conflicts with the Constitution's Supremacy Clause, which states that federal law overrides state laws when there's a conflict. This will be the first time lawmakers will attempt to use Utah's new law to nullify a federal dictate, which means it will end up in court and cost the Utah state taxpayers money.
We're paying for their party.
But
remember civics lessons in high school? I guess maybe they don't.
No.
Do they have them anymore? I don't think they do.
But good news for Salt Lake City. There's a new baby up at the zoo. A little baby lowland gorilla. He's very cute. His name's Otto. He was born naturally, not a C-section, just naturally.
Okay.
Mom and son are reported in good health. The small family also includes a 32-year-old silverback male named Husani, who heads the gorilla troop up there. And mom is Pele, 22-year-old mom. And there's darling pictures of it available. If you need something that feels good, you can see a baby gorilla up at the zoo. So we have the bird flu. Here's the headline. Concerns grow as gigantic bird flu outbreak runs rampant in U.S. dairy herds. I know nobody cares because we're exhausted from that last thing. Nobody's going to pay attention to this.
But here's the thing, is that just in time for the bird flu is the I want to drink raw milk movement.
So is
it a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence.
They addressed this in this article. So more than 3 years
Yeah.
into the worldwide outbreak of bird flu, the virus continues to expand in the U.S. Growing impacts on food production and animals. Over 80 million chickens, thousands of wild birds, dozens of mammal species have been infected. And now it's running rampant among dairy cows, including up to 94 herds in 12 states since March. The latest animal to test positive was at an Idaho farm. So it's getting closer.
Yeah.
Now, why is this a big deal? Is this a big deal for humans right now? Not yet, but it has started to appear in humans, and the thought is that it could quickly mutate and become a problem. But the risk is still very low unless you drink raw milk.
And the raw milk movement is arrived just in time from your favorite website that's based in China. You know, Russian propaganda. You know, you should be drinking raw milk,
No.
really.
Everything but raw milk is considered safe, federal officials say, as long as you're cooking things all the way through, like eggs and things like
Yeah.
that. Cooking usually takes care of whatever virus might be left behind.
Gina, you were right all along in your I won't eat cheese.
Yeah, it'll kill me. I'll get the flu from cheese.
We mocked you for years.
I know. Pasteurization kills the active virus, but that's the thing with the raw milk. It is not
Yeah.
pasteurized.
All right, now let the old farm boy talk for a moment.
Okay.
Carrie knows.
I grew up in a small town, and we had a dairy, and it was raw milk when I was growing up, and kids would get sick. And when he was finally able to pasteurize his milk, it was a big day in Salem. It was a big day. Oh, thank God, we said. Pasteurization has come, and it was. I don't know what's gotten into people.
I think anyone that drinks raw milk deserves what they get with it. But I
But
also
they're
think
spreading it, though. I mean,
and I also think anyone that gives raw milk to their kids, now that's a different story because the kids don't have a say in it. It's
I just, almond milk. I've switched
Do you
over
drink
to.
almond milk?
I do.
Like
Well,
you put
'cause-
it in your cereal?
Yes, it's so good. You get mostly because it tastes. You'll like this. It tastes just like ice cream. Like you get the vanilla flavored almond
sweet.
milk, and it's sweet. Oh, it's not good for me probably at all. But
probably not. No. I
you
mean,
mix that with your Captain Crunch, and boy howdy.
yeah.
See, I try to have real milk because I don't eat cheese.
Yeah.
So I don't get a lot of
We do vitamin D.
calcium or anything.
You
any
won't eat
other way.
cheese, but you'll drink milk.
Well, it's different. It's not spoiled.
Okay.
Cheese is something
Don't-
that went bad.
Look, I gave up a long time ago trying to reason.
Cheese
with it.
is mold.
It's just not happening.
Okay.
You grow
But-
cheese.
But,
But it's safely.
But try oat milk because it's thicker.
Oh no, we do. That's another
Yeah.
good. That's good to put in like your coffee when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Exactly.
Disney World guests were evacuated from the newest ride at the theme park on Thursday. Tiana's Bayou Adventure,
Oh, I didn't think it had officially opened yet. I guess it did. Okay.
newest ride that replaced Splash Mountain, suddenly came to a stop, which makes it a Disney ride. Doesn't this
I was
make
going
it
to say this happened when it was Splash Mountain too, but it didn't make the news.
a video captured by a Disney-focused news outlet, Deservations?
Again, it's a fan site.
Shows riders at a standstill in the middle of the attraction before they're seen exiting alongside the water coaster. The ride replaced Splash Mountain, which closed in 2023 following controversy over the theme of the 1946 movie Song of the South, which many view as racist.
It happened a lot when it was Splash. It happened to me on
You had to
Splash
get
Mountain.
off
We
and
had
walk?
to get off and walk. Didn't make the news until the makeover.
Well, but you would think it's a brand new ride they would have fixed whatever if it's been closed while they've been revamping it. No?
No. There are times when they just don't work right.
Things happen.
I mean, the classic one is Pirates of the Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't bad because you're inside and it's.
Yeah.
I never minded being stuck on the Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's one
ride.
where it's because it's such an older ride, they didn't factor that in.
So there's no way to like.
So
walk
there are some
people
places
out,
where you just have to stay there.
Yeah. which I'm fine with. Help me with time, Carrie Jackson.
Give us another story.
Okay. Let's see. The Sperminator has 165 reasons and counting to celebrate Father's Day.
Okay.
This is wrong on so many levels.
Is this a professional wrestler we're talking about, or
It's
what?
a professional, some kind of wrestler. Ari Nagel, a 48-year-old Brooklynite, welcomed his 165th child into the world on Wednesday. but he's soon going to retire. So this is not with he's not having relationships with these women. He is a donor.
He's a supplier.
Yes. He has said, I will stop when I'm 50. He turns 49 in August. He vowed to stop making babies. This is wrong on so many levels. You know how purebred dogs have problems? Like they get hip dysplasia and thyroid problems because they're overbred? Mm-hmm. In Brooklyn, you're going to have all these kids running around with the same dad. I hope they don't get married and have kids. And are we keeping them separate? Are we where is the oversight here? Carrie, you don't know.
I don't know.
I know
people are baffling me these days.
I'm just troubled by the fact that he has the nickname the Sperminator.
Well, yeah.
Then there's that.
And the women that are selected, like now he's a math professor, so that's why they're selected. Oh, he's smart, but and I think if people need help having kids, they should have help having kids, but not all in the same area. Spread it around. You're going to have Brooklyn kids with hip dysplasia. That's what I'm getting at.
That's your sign off.
What, spread it around?
No, Brooklyn kids with hip
Brooklyn
dysplasia.
kids with hip dysplasia.
Spread the sperm around.
All right.
Todd, do you have some weather and traffic?
Yes, I do. Traffic is so far so good. I don't see a whole bunch of issues yet. That's just because it's early and it's Monday and everyone's hungover from Father's Day, probably staying home. Weather, let's see, some spotty sprinkles.
It's cool.
Yeah, only 77 today, but it's going to progressively get hotter as we make our way into the week. We're going to be up into the 90s. And we're good. No more sponsors or anything.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Except for Frank Chris, which...
Oh, it's time for Frank Christ.
Hello, everyone.
Were you hovering around Gordon Ramsay, Frank, after his bike accident? Were you there to check
You know
on
how
him?
Spider-Man has a spidey sense? I have a celebi
A
sense.
celebi sense?
And it twitched.
Well, wait.
And I went and checked on him and saw he was fine.
Oh,
He could have at least made you like a nice ribeye, though. You could have...
Well, I can't reveal myself to our precious celebrities. It'll hasten their departure.
Not until it's time.
Frank, as you probably have gathered, he's a Grim Reaper, a celebrity soul Grim Reaper, because he loves our precious
I love our
celebrities.
precious celebrities. Everything they say and do is right. Oh, there was such a gathering of celebrities in L.A. this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, we had Barack Obama and Joe Biden.
Most of them are in L.A., but they were all in one place together.
You must have loved that.
Oh,
Frank.
did you see Jack Black on stage?
He was fine.
He was hilarious.
He was just fine. Frank's here to play a game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
This is a list of celebrities that Katie threw together.
I got a sponsor for that. Do I do it
Oh,
now,
you do?
or-
Yeah.
Okay. Frank Chris, presented by Dr. Cobble's Aesthetics team, focusing on free skin therapy devices on younger, healthier skin. See for yourself. Attend their aesthetics open house, 3 to 6 p.m. on Thursday at 9355 South 13th East in Sandy.
So we have a list here of celebrities. Three of them, well,
They're just fine.
one is not fine. If our friend can pick the dead one, what will they win, Todd?
Oh, we got a prize for you. It's tickets for Thursday night's performance of Cage the Elephant at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. And you can win those tickets possibly right now. Young the Giant and Bakar also performing on Thursday.
Paul is on the line.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, just fine.
That is
Thank
so
you,
good
Paul.
to hear, yes. Paul, I'm going to give you this list of celebrities. Three of them are fine. One of them is not. Let us know which one is not, and you'll get those Cage the Elephant tickets, all right?
Sounds good.
Number one is Judith Barcy. She was discovered at a skating rink by a talent school at the age of 5, best remembered for providing the voice of Ducky in The Land Before Time and Anne Marie in All Dogs Go to Heaven. Number one, Judith Barcy. Number two, June Lockhart. June Lockhart, an American actress primarily in the 50s and 60s, but with memorable performances on stage and film as well. She's remembered as the mother on 2 TV series, Lassie and Lost in Space. She's also portrayed Dr. Janet Craig on the hit CBS television sitcom Petticoat Junction. from 1968 to 1970. Number 2, June Lockhart. Number 3, Paula Brancotti, a Canadian television actress who appeared on Being Erica, Dark Oracle, and Degrassi: The Next Generation. She went on to star as Christy in the TV series Slasher. She acted in the TV series until 2022. Number 3, Paula Brancotti. And number 4, Jimmy Jam, music producer, songwriter, who along with the producing partner Terry Lewis became one of the most successful producers of all time. Together, he and Lewis became responsible for more Billboard chart-topping singles than any producing team in history, crafting hits like Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation and Usher's You Remind Me. Number 4, Jimmy Jam. Those are the celebrities, Paul. Do you know which one is no longer with us?
Say that again?
June Lockhart? Oh,
No, she's fine.
You
She's
would
just
think.
fine.
She's 98.
She's on Carrie's Deadpool list.
You should check on her today, Frank.
I think I better.
98.
98.
No, but I'm going to give you another chance because this Cage the Elephant show is Thursday. We got to get rid of these tickets. So, is it Judith Barcy, Paula Brancotti, or Jimmy Jam?
Judith Barcy. Let's go with that one.
Yeah, she was only 10 years old when she died. She did voices for those Land Before Time and All Dogs Go to Heaven. Doesn't say, it just says she passed away in 1988 at the age of 10. So
Way too young.
Yeah, way too young. Yeah, June Lockhart, she's way past. Just need to go get
Let's
her.
just kind of average the two ages and call it good.
You've got those tickets to Cage the Elephant. If you want more information about that show, Todd, we have it at x96.com.
We do, yeah.
right?
Check x96.com for all the details and information about the grand prize where you could attend a sound check with the band as well.
Oh,
Hang on the line, Paul. Katie's going to get some information from you, all right?
well, all right. I'm going to go check on Barry Manilow.
Uh-oh.
How old's Barry?
81 today.
Really? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but wow.
Now stand him next to Newt Gingrich, who is also 81 today. And you tell me if pure evil adds mileage.
Yeah, Barry's doing pretty well, I think.
Yes, I'm going to aggressively check on Newt. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Traffic so far so good. I'm not seeing a lot of delays yet at all. Just basic usual slowdowns. A little bit of one happening in Bountiful right now at I-15, but nothing too major.
Thanks, Todd. Coming up, we're going to have sports. I don't know if it's... I think
It
Amy
is
might be
Amy.
back. Yeah,
Yes,
Amy's
Amy
back.
is back.
And, well, Boner's coming up and more stuff to give away. Geek News on the radio.
All on the way. Stand by. Boner of the day coming up as well. KXRK Provo.
X96. X96.
All right, yes?
You know who likes sports with Amy Donaldson?
Who?
Freddie and the entire population of Linden.
That's true. We've heard
Big-
from Linda.
Big in Linden.
Big sports fans in Linden.
Freddie, my brother's name is Fred.
So there you
I
go.
wonder if it's
It's a family name. My grandfather as well, and my uncle.
Very popular name in Linden as well.
Let's do it, Freddie.
yeah. There's like 875 Freddies in Linden.
Sweet.
That's what I hear anyway.
I'm moving there.
Sports with Amy Donaldson, brought to you by.
Okay. Hi.
I thought it was brought to me by Freddie and Linden.
It's
Freddie
brought
and
to you
Linden.
by-
Sure.
Are you
Listen,
buying me a cheeseburger when I come down there, Freddie?
I've got this. It's brought to you by Dr. Cobble's Aesthetics team. They're focused on 3 skin therapy devices for younger, healthier skin. See for yourself and attend their Aesthetics Open House 3 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, 9355 South and 13th East in Sandy.
Amy Donaldson Sports. Break.
Amy Donaldson.
World traveler, podcaster,
Yes,
sports
I am
reporter.
U.S. 14 states in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know the mileage. I think my brother said it was like something like 3,000 something. He kept track of all this. $1,008 on gasoline. I do know that.
Is this going to be a Netflix documentary? Are we going to see the?
Or is it a podcast?
I don't know. Yeah, I thought about I have recorded a lot, and I have interviewed my family, and
I think it's a podcast.
there's something. It's been fun. Yeah,
something
it was
there,
my
yeah.
mom's dream trip. My mom is LDS. My father does not practice, so I don't know. I just got a wild hair in the fall and said, "Mom, we're doing the trip."
Oh, this was your idea.
my idea.
See, I got the impression that you were required.
Oh no, this was me. I organized this, and
Wow, okay.
it was supposed to be just me and my mom. And then my sister said, "No way, are you going to become the favorite child?" So, so I was a practicing LDS person, and I left the church in my early 20s. My sister has really never practiced, and so she's like, "I got to come, and you can come to my house in Myrtle Beach, and we'll drive from my house, which is a way better deal than driving from Salt Lake." If you've ever driven across the Midwest from Utah.
Which I have done. I've done that same
I know.
trip.
I've done it once, and that's it. I'm never doing it again. And then my brother, who's a Mormon bishop, I weirdly just got the wild hair to invite him. So the three of us as adults, we're five years between all three of us.
Your mom must have loved this, by the way.
My mom was
Not just the trip, but
I
having
think
you all together.
Having us
was-
all together, like she. Here's my mom's takeaway from this, and I don't know what you make of this. My mom's the nicest person you're ever going to meet. She's also the most LDS person. Just like that's just her framework. There's no. We have people in our family who've tried talking her out of it. She's just that's who she is, right? And
It's
it's
her
fun.
thing. Let her be.
Yeah. And no, but her takeaway was, I'm telling everyone that you guys treated me like a queen and I paid for nothing. So what does that say about my mom and my family? I don't know. But we ate a lot of gas station food. I've gained 5 pounds, and
Oh, good for
yeah,
you.
It's not good. I can't button
No,
my
no,
jeans.
it's good. This is a good thing you did.
I have to interject one quick fun story.
Yeah.
Did you do the Sacred Grove?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we did. This is when I was 13, and my brother and I, when we were teenagers, our family goes there, and everyone always says, because we grew up LDS, the Sacred Grove. If you go there, you can feel the spirit. It's this wonderful, calming experience. So that morning that we were going to go there, we got in this big family fight. My brother was teasing me. We were fighting, and then our parents were fighting, and that was our experience at the Sacred Grove.
My
Everyone
experience at the
was
Sacred
pissed
Grove
off at each
was
other.
there were some big fat squirrels in a fight in the bushes, and I was convinced it was some kind of wild animal. So I was like on the bench waiting for that wild animal to appear, and it was 2 fat squirrels. So that was my Sacred
dangerous.
Grove. I had a nice hike. It was beautiful. I loved it. We had a great time.
All right.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Learned a lot, and I forced us to do a few including, as I told you, Carrie, the Country Music Hall of Fame, which was my favorite morning. But yeah, there was a lot of it I really loved. It's my culture. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I had pioneer
course.
people. I mean, I also had Catholic people who ran whiskey and
When
booze
was
with
the-
the Kennedys.
When
in
was the
Michigan.
last time you guys were all together like
Oh,
that?
as children.
Yeah,
like I
so-
left home the day I turned 18, and we have not done anything. Just the siblings, with or without a parent.
There's not a lot of sports happening right now, by the
Yeah,
way. That's
but there's some.
Well, what do we got?
The sports we got is good,
what
right?
do we
Okay,
have?
so
Yes.
I did fail to get any of my family members to go to Canton to the NFL Hall of Fame or to Knoxville, where the WNBA Hall of Fame. Couldn't convince anyone to do that, but WNBA is very popular. I think in some, like, attendance is up like 200 something percent. And it's not just Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark is certainly the main driver. She's also causing a lot of debates in women's sports that I think I had this conversation with someone from your sister station on ESPN. I think in the end, it's going to be good. There's a lot of misogyny in my business, as we have discussed.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of men who have just discovered women's basketball. And they're like, boy, those girls are mean.
Did you
And
know that they let the women do this?
Did you know women hit into each other and they get mad and they're competitive?
aggressive?
Yeah, and I said, have you never watched women's sports? Like, it's hilarious. But if you get the chance to listen to some of the debates, it's great. But there's a lot of women who've been covering this and women who have played in the league who are keeping these dudes real, keeping it real. And there's been a lot of really interesting moments. But overall, I think it's going to move the discussion forward. And it's certainly evolving the fan situation in the WNBA. But Caitlin Clark, since everyone's now a Caitlin Clark fan, I'm going to start including Caitlin Clark news in the Title IX sports. Indiana Fever, they are 5-10 currently. They beat the Chicago Sky. And Angel Reese, as everyone, this is your new, I don't know if you remember Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. Like this is your rivalry. 91-83. The Sky or the Fever have a better record than the Sky. The Sky are 4-9, so they're very close. It's honestly, the games have been amazing. It's great basketball. If you want to be a fan, this literally is the best time because there's a lot of beginner type reviews about women's basketball. I covered the WNBA when it was here in Utah, and my favorite 3 years of covering sports in Utah. Wow. It was
it's
a blast.
good time to jump in.
Yeah, and former Stars power forward and all-star in the WNBA, in the Utah Sports Hall of Fame, and a bunch of other, and also Olympic gold medalist, Natalie Williams, is the GM for the Las Vegas Aces, which is the team that used to be here.
Used to be. Okay.
Used to be. So that's our team. If you want a team, we're the Aces.
If I'm
we're
picking
Aces
a
fan.
team, then we're Aces.
Yes. Also, Becky Hammond's a coach, and we've talked about Becky Hammond,
Yes.
how amazing she is.
All right.
But anyway, so it was great. And the thing is, everyone's playing well. Also playing well, Real Salt Lake.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're number one in the West, right? LAFC is number 2. They come here next Saturday. And the Galaxy. Or no, sorry, I think the Galaxy comes next Saturday. Let me look at my notes. Because VIS is coming to the game. If you want to come say hi to us, I'll tell you where we're sitting.
Don't
okay,
do that.
so they're at Sporting Kansas City. So they earned a draw in Montreal 0-0. They play Wednesday at Sporting Kansas City. And then VIS and I will be at Saturday's game against the LA Galaxy. Galaxy are currently number 3.
So 7:30.
That'll be a good one. on
7:30 game. It's gonna be a great
Saturday.
game. Weather's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun, and you can come and harass Ed because he really loves socializing. Like it's his favorite thing.
No, it
and
isn't.
especially
He
if you
hates-
could get him to stand in line with you. That's literally.
Well,
his-
he will talk sports with anybody.
he will,
you know.
and he will even take selfies with you, and he looks super pissed. So they're like the best selfies ever. Everyone's like, "Why did your husband hate you?" I'm like,
That's all-
I
it's
don't know.
Always the face.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but he's a sweetheart on the inside.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Royals, they earn a win. They beat Bay FC yesterday. Kate Del Fava in the 89th minute scores a goal, and
They needed
they're
that.
still at the bottom of the standings, but they've been super close, and I thought it was a really fun win because it came so late in the game, and it was fun. U.S. Open, super dramatic finish. The 18th hole, the Brian DeChambeau. He's actually like a live golfer, so how they have the PGA and the guys
The
who
Saudis.
wouldn't
The
go with the
Saudis,
Saudis, and then it's all one messy thing now that's being litigated. So anyway, Rory McIlroy, who didn't go with the Saudis, had the chance to win, missed an easy putt. Bryson makes this really ridiculous shot from a tree root.
Oh,
I
okay.
rewatched it, and I'm like, how did this happen? I don't know. But he wins. So, and it's like McIlroy hasn't won a major in 10 years, which I didn't realize.
Really?
He's always in the mix, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, it was interesting.
Tony Finau?
Tony Finau finishes third. And he had a great
That's
round
a Utah
yesterday. He's a West High. I don't know that he finished. I think he might have done some online stuff, but he's lives in Utah County, I believe now, and he had his kid with him at the post-game press conference, which is adorable. If you want a little Father's Day action, I suggest it. He was 3 under par yesterday and played great. And I'm sure if you check VIS's Twitter account, he'll tell you how much Tony made.
And his
I don't
knees
care.
are fine. And
His knees are fine. This is being, I'm
No
just going to,
concussions.
inside baseball here, it's because my grandson wants to play tackle football. So
Is that what's
you're
going
to
on?
hear him step up his game.
Good,
Again, he loves
good.
football more than any person on the planet. Also doesn't want anyone related to him to play.
Exactly.
I want to enjoy other people's kids getting knocked
Yeah,
out.
exactly. You got it. So
right.
that's it.
Let's see. The 18U SL Murder Hornets won the championship in the Vegas Summer Bash hockey. Does that mean anything to
Okay.
anybody?
Not to me, but maybe I should
right.
start. Maybe we're gonna have a hockey team.
Yeah.
We ought to start bringing in the hockey stuff, right?
Bring the hockey.
Send me your hockey news. ADM
Bring the
Sports.
hockey news. Thank you
Thanks,
very much.
Amy.
Hey, thanks.
Lovely seeing you, Amy.
AD
Thanks.
on sports on the social media.
Yes.
Find her
A
there.
good follow for sports and puppies and kitties.
She's got a dog. You need a dog, she gets you a dog.
She'll get you a dog. I can get you a dog. Traffic.
I was just looking at the traffic cameras, and it's just a nice, easy commute so far today. Not a lot of trouble getting wherever you're going. Traffic brought to you by High Country E-Bikes. Purchase an e-bike from High Country E-Bikes this month, and you can qualify to win a getaway to Ruby's Inn in Bryce Canyon. Visit highcountryebikes.com.
All right. So we're going to take a break, play a song. The song will be on vinyl. This is Todd's
Oh,
selection.
yes, the Smiths.
It's for On This Day.
Oh, great.
So we'll have that on vinyl for you. But boner of the day after these.
Yes, boner candidate number 1. You're killing me, Smalls. Boner candidate number 2. Not a drag queen. You know where that one's
I
going.
know exactly where it's going.
And boner candidate number 3. Hey, bartender, can you erase your security footage so no one knows I let my drunk girlfriend drive my police car? It's a long title, but
It's there. Boner of the day, big boy news coming up. Stand by for all of that. BigOTires.com.
BigOTires.com. I go to the one on 13th. Carrie goes to the one that has the Bigfoot on the side. of
Bigfoot
the
mural on the side on 33rd. It's right across the street from the comic book store.
It's handy.
Hit it twice,
Stars, Stripes, and Savings Sale is going on now at Big O Tires. Save up to $120 on select sets of in-stock tires now through July 7th. They want to make sure you're staying cool all summer long. Yes, in your car. Have your AC checked in your car. Get $10 off any AC service now through June 30th at Big O Tires.
You need the AC these days.
Yeah.
I was driving the other day. I was like, man, it's hot. Oh, yeah.
I can push this button and that will work.
Stupid of me. One-stop shop for automotive repair, tires, wheels, alignments, rotation, balances, oil changes, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, fluids, all that they can take care of. Windshield wipers, that's what you want to do.
Get the blades changed.
Get the blades changed. Over 50 locally owned and operated locations in Utah from, Beaver to Lehigh,
Yep.
I want to say.
Go to
No, not
BigOTires.com.
Lehigh,
Go
Logan.
all the way up to
Yeah.
Brigham, yeah.
Brigham,
Or, yeah.
that's it,
Logan,
yeah.
everywhere.
BigOTires.com.
All right,
Something
what do we
happened to
know?
you, Bill? What happened to you?
Oh, this is weird. Have you ever been accused of a crime?
No.
Not accused?
Accused. Yes.
J'accuse?
You've never been accused of a crime ever, Gina?
No.
No?
No.
I think I have before, but this was just odd. And I thought, why me? What's up with this? Now
You have a guilty look about you.
do I?
No, I'm just.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Shifty.
I need the situation.
Oh, now I remember being accused of a crime before. I was pulled over once on my way down to Cedar City. The cops pulled us over. I wasn't speeding or anything. I said, "Why?"
Mm-hmm.
And they just kept saying, "Well, we need just check my drive." And then finally they said, "Well, there's been there was a robbery or something, and your car matched the description.
Oh.
That's why we pulled you over." But in this situation yesterday, I was at a grocery store.
Okay.
And I bought a sizable amount of groceries,
Mm-hmm.
$150 worth of groceries, something like that. And I went through the checkout and paid for my groceries, and they loaded them in the cart, and I walked with my cart, pushing my cart over to the elevator to go up to where my car was, and a store manager or something.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, stopped me at the elevator. Says, "Excuse me, could I ask you a question?" Yeah.
You thought he was a fan of the show.
That's exactly what I did. I thought he's going to ask me something about the show, or something. That's what I thought. And he said, did you pay for those groceries?
All of them? He thought you stole all of them.
I said, what? He said, did you pay for those groceries? And I said, yeah. And I thought it was weird, too, because I had seen him he was over by where the cash register, the checker.
Did you self-check
No,
out?
no.
Okay.
No, I almost never do that.
Yeah.
And I, anyway, I thought he'd seen me there, and it's going through my mind. Well, wait a minute. Did my debit cards somehow not work, and I didn't realize it, and I walked away?
Well, the cashier would have said so.
Yeah, or maybe and then she said, "Oh, get him." Oh, but I said, "Well, yeah,
Did they give you a receipt?
yeah."
Okay, so that's easy, done.
Although, a lot of times I say, no, I don't need the receipt.
Yeah, because it's just...
I always take the receipt.
Yeah, well, you probably should. And a lot of times when I say, no, I don't need the receipt, then I think, well, if somebody stops me and I don't have it, it's going to be a hassle.
I take the receipt in case I bought the wrong thing, and then I can return it.
Oh.
But, I said, yes, of course I did. And he said, oh, well, okay. I'm just checking because I said, why? And he said, well, a lot of times people, they fill up their cart and they come over here and they just get on the elevator and leave.
Well,
and I said,
but they were in sacks, right?
Well, they were.
Or they were your sacks.
They were my. They were.
Okay.
They were my. They were all personal.
Your tote bags.
Bags and stuff. Yeah. And that's it. Because he said something. And I said, no, I paid for this stuff. And he said, well, I see. Okay, you have your own grocery bags.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he meant. I thought.
I
thought what he meant was, oh, you didn't steal that stuff because you have your own grocery bags.
No, that's why he thought you stole that stuff.
Or might have.
If you'd have had just sacks provided by the store, then it would have been, well, clearly he had to go through checkout.
But I don't know why he didn't. So then why didn't he pursue this? I guess.
He didn't ask to see your receipt?
Well, I said, I have a receipt in there somewhere. I threw it in the bag, one of the bags. He said, no, that's okay. That's all right. You're fine. Go ahead.
See, in the direction I thought this was going was you had something underneath the cart that you forgot
Which I have done
which
before.
has happened.
Yeah, like a bag of dog food or something.
I have done that as well. I've actually paid for it and then left it because it was on the bottom of the cart and I forgot that it was there. And I've done that. And there were three things on the bottom of the cart. But I had paid for them. I know I paid for them. It was just, I just thought, and he got on the elevator with me.
That's interesting.
And we went up, and he got off at the floor before
Mm-hmm.
I got off. And as we went up in the elevator, he said, those are nice shoes.
He felt bad.
I guess. I really like those shoes. I said, well,
Did you steal those? Did you pay for those?
Well, what I said was, I said, oh, thank you. They were very expensive.
You got a nice shoe department here.
But
in
it's
the
just
store.
it makes you feel kind of weird.
Yeah.
When somebody says, excuse me, did you pay for those groceries? Yes. Of course I did.
Well, what if you didn't? Or were you going to say no?
You got me.
Wouldn't you have said yes no matter what? Yeah, I paid for them.
See, I'm
still baffled now.
No, see, I'm weird about my receipt because there was a store that I was going to that was having some issues with their security system. You know, you go through the door and they got the mags that are there.
Yeah, the alarm goes off.
And occasionally they would just go off.
That happens at Smith's all the time.
And if I'm going through there and it just happens to go off, oh my! Usually it's because you didn't. There's the bar thing on
magnetic
prescription,
strip.
the magnetic strip on the prescriptions or on some over-the-counter drugs, and unless those are deactivated, it'll set it off. So I've always been weird about having the receipt with me on top of the grocery set.
It's not weird, Carrie. It's prepared. That's not
because
weird.
I don't want to be hassled by. Oh, do you have? No, here's my receipt. Here.
Now, my experience with that, and I don't usually ask. A lot of times I don't. They say, "Here, do you want the receipt?" No, I don't need the receipt. And Because first of all, you said you do it because in case you want to take something back.
Yeah, that was the other reason.
I
often buy the wrong thing.
I have often I find that they'll take it back anyway. They don't. You know, I go back and I say, I bought the wrong thing, or this is spoiled, or something. And do you need the receipt? No. They say no, just leave it there. And the Smiths will always say, just leave it there and go get the one you want.
I don't want to have any question as to whether.
See,
with
I
the
bought
receipt, there's no question.
I bought a sweater at Nordstrom Rack the other day.
Did it have an anchor on it?
No. And they forgot to take the security tag off.
Mm-hmm.
I got
That's
it
happened to me before,
home,
too,
and I'm
yeah.
like, crap. But now you have that weird thing if you have to go back to the store with this thing with the security tag.
But
on
if you
it.
were a thief, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I had my receipt, and I was holding them both. I'm like, I'm just here to get this take. I paid for it.
You didn't even need the receipt. If you were a thief, you would not take it back to get the security tag taken off. And by the way, when the alarm has gone off, that's happened to me too, Carrie. And again, without a receipt, I go, I what? And they go, oh, never mind, it's okay.
You're okay, Bill. We know who you are.
At Smith's, they do. I was not at Smith's in this case. I was at a store that I don't shop at that often.
Always take the receipt. Always.
Well, I think I will.
Because Todd had the vinyl, one.
Yes.
And two, on this day, in 1986, the Smiths released The Queen is Dead.
Fine album. And that very vinyl, I remember I was a mopey 16-year-old sitting around, and it was like a Sunday, and I was bored. And I'm like, I need to go buy a record because I just had my paycheck from Golden Corral. And I went to, because all the record stores were closed, but Fred Meyer was open and they still had, a decent selection of records. And so I went and bought that record at Fred Meyer in Riverdale. And it spoke to me and still does.
Of course it did.
Because when you're a teenager, Morrissey brings it right home. Some girls are bigger than others. Some girls' mothers are bigger than other girls' mothers. Oh, that's really the lyrics to that song that started. I can sing that whole album.
We were talking earlier before you got here about albums that every track is just a banger.
That's a solid one,
and this is a pretty solid album.
Oh yeah, it's good. It has has the title track, and then frankly, Mr. Shankly, which is a great song. Then of
Cemetery
course,
Gates.
Cemetery Gates, and Big Mouth Strikes Again. That was the first Smith song that I became aware of with that band, was Big Mouth Strikes Again, because I was hearing it on KCGL, the alternative station back in the 80s here in Utah, and that was just like the current song. And
Well, that's a peppy one.
And I'm like, I kind of like this, and so there you go.
Might we hear that later on during your show, Todd?
Well, I do. I have the record here, and on Todd's turntable, we do specialize in playing lots of cool old stuff like that on vinyl. So probably at 3 o'clock, I'll dig that one up.
Well, our next song selection is also an On This Day from an album where every track is. It's the near perfect album. It is 99% perfect.
It's a good music day.
Oh, it's give me a little more of the tease, Carrie. I want to make sure I stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's one of my favorite records. How about that?
That's it.
Okay, and it's not.
It's
Pink
not
Floyd?
no, it's not Pink Floyd.
Okay. Is it something that we would?
It's something that we would
Flash
normally play.
Flash it on the camera? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Oh, now I'm
because
eagerly-
I love the album so much that I'm not letting it in the studio. All right, I'm keeping it at home under lock and key.
Okay.
Anyway, boner of the day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, June 17, 2024. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive...
Can't buy it. Oh, you go ahead,
wait.
Todd.
No, go ahead. You're fine. I'm jumping ahead to the recap.
Yeah, can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt.
All right.
Boner candidate number 1. You're killing me, Smalls. Yes, that guy. Tom Guri who played Smalls in Utah's own The Sandlot, was arrested and charged with assault and disorderly conduct and malicious damage. Go to x96.com/live. You can see.
What the hell?
After he allegedly threw a dumbbell into the windshield of his neighbor's Jeep.
Whoa.
He also allegedly approached the neighbor's doorbell while holding a knife.
Oh.
Geary was previously arrested in 2013 at a Houston airport after allegedly headbutting a police officer after being told he was too intoxicated to board a flight. And you know when he was there, he was like, don't you know who I am?
I'm that kid in that movie.
Hey, did you ever see The Sandlot?
His last on-screen credit came in the 2021 film, so not that long ago, The Unforgivable, starring Sandra Bullock. But there's video, so we have a picture at x96.com/live. If you want to see a video of him throwing the dumbbell, it exists.
And that video, it looks like because he's shirtless and there's butt crack.
Yep.
And it's Texas.
Yep. And
just a convergence.
Butt crack and Texas just go perfectly
it's just
together.
a convergence, yep.
Boner candidate number 1. You're killing me, Smalls. Boner candidate number 2. Not a drag queen.
Not.
You know where this is going.
A drag queen.
A Texas megachurch pastor who advised Donald Trump and who has repeatedly warned his congregation that Satan is at work inside the public school libraries. Has confessed to inappropriate sexual behavior. Robert Morris, founding pastor of Gateway Church in Southlake, Texas, which attracts 100,000 worshipers weekly, has confessed...
Tax-free, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Has confessed to, quote, inappropriate sexual behavior with a young lady when he was a young pastor after the woman accused him of abusing her over multiple years. When I was in my early 20s, I was involved in an inappropriate sexual behavior with a young lady in a home where I was staying. There was no intercourse, but it was wrong. She says, that's hilarious how he's framing this. I was no young lady. I was 12 years old.
Oh.
That's not a... That is not a young lady.
No.
And he did a lot of things to me over the years. When he was a young pastor, and his wife and his young son came and moved in with this girl and her family. You know, the young pastor, he needs a place to stay for a while. She's suing him now, saying, you need to get out of the ministry. And when her parents found out about this, they reported it and said, not only do you need to go to jail, but you most certainly shouldn't be a minister.
Yeah.
Well, he has been, and he's a very wealthy one now. Boner candidate number 2. By the way, not a drag queen.
Not a drag queen.
No.
Okay.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Hey, bartender, can you erase your security footage so no one knows I let my drunk girlfriend drive my police car?
Gee, I wonder what this one's about. Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Gracie's open daily for lunch and dinner, now serving brunch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until 3 o'clock, and live entertainment nightly. Excuse me. This is early in the morning for my voice to work. Let's see. Live entertainment nightly on the patio. Gracie's right across the street on the corner of 3rd South and West Temple. Got to be 21 or older to enter.
President Joe Biden was joined Thursday by 2 of his Democratic predecessors for a star-studded fundraiser at Radio City Music Hall that his campaign said brought in more than $26 million. Former Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton participated in the event in New York with more than 5,000 supporters in attendance. There were a few protesters that interrupted the program while the presidents were speaking. Actor and comedian Mindy Kaling hosted the program, which ended around 10 p.m. Late-night host Stephen Colbert moderated a conversation with Biden, Clinton, and Obama. Special guests included celebrities like Queen Latifah and Cynthia Erivo, Leah Michele. During the nearly hour-long moderated conversation, Colbert joked that the moment was historic because 3 presidents have come to New York and not one of them to appear in court. Making a jab. God bless him. There was a viral video of our friend Jack Black that I wanted Carrie to play here.
The manager called me and said George Clooney and Julia Roberts wanted me to help out the president and speak here tonight, and I said, I am in. When and where? Thank you. And then they said, Jack, we know how busy you are. You don't have time. Look at all the other events that are happening tonight that you already turned down. MC at the Fliegelman Bat Mitzvah. The opening of the new Jack in the Box in Oxnard. Judge at the 2nd annual Imperial Valley Avocado Festival. You don't see that on Meryl Streep's resume. I said, I know I turned them down, but my president needs me. Thank you. And then they hit me with the big one. They said, Jack, you can't go. You have nothing to wear. Your good suit is in the cleaners. Well, were they wrong? Because I had this to wear. My kick-ass American flag overalls. Most patriotic outfit of all times. That shut them up. There wasn't much they could say after that. And when the president wins in November... Yeah! I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a sweet shout out in his victory speech for what I gave up to be here. Because when democracy is at stake, Jack Black answers the call. Mr. President?
He is wearing this.
He's a national treasure, that Jack Black.
Stars and stripes overalls and Crocs.
Crocs.
Speaking of Crocs and celebrities, Brooke Shields went to the Tonys.
No.
But there's a reason. She had foot surgery.
Oh, okay.
But they were yellow. I want yellow Crocs.
That's right up your alley. That's like your yellow.
I like bright shoes.
Yeah. The Tonys the awards were last night. Angelina Jolie won a Tony.
Huh?
Oh, she and her daughter Vivian, who has dropped Pitt from her name, she's Vivian Jolie.
Okay.
They were producers and advisors on The Outsiders, which is a revival of there are a lot of revivals at the Tonys, but that won a Tony. Daniel Radcliffe won a Tony. I watched a little bit of it when Hillary Clinton the Clintons were in New York. Bill was doing his thing. Hillary's doing her thing at the Tonys. She got a standing ovation when she came out. Jeremy Strong from Succession, he was in a play. He won a Tony for his acting role there. Who else was there? Sarah Paulson.
Oh, yeah.
Won a Tony for her bit. So, not my favorite. I usually watch the award shows, but not my favorite award show. Let's see. Bruce Bastian. Is that a name that sounds familiar?
It's familiar. Help me.
He's a Utahn who pioneered developments in word processing. Later became a major supporter of the LGBTQ community, has passed away.
Oh.
Equality Utah, which Bastian was a founding member, announced his death on Sunday. He was 76 years old. No individuals had a greater impact on the lives of LGBTQ Utahns, Equality Director Troy Williams said. Every success our community has achieved over the past 3 decades can be traced back to Bruce. Now, who's Bruce?
He's been on the show, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Word Perfect.
Yeah.
He developed Word Perfect.
And see, that never came up when he was here. He was here for the Equality Utah stuff that he was talking about.
Word Perfect.
Which I use every day.
Yeah. 1979, he co-created that as a graduate student at Brigham Young University. His co-founder was Alan Ashton, a BYU computer science professor. They developed the software as a contract for the city of Orem, but they retained the ownership of it, which was smart. Bruce was definitely a legend in the running, one of the most successful companies in and out, and a proud gay individual. He helped contribute to Plan B Theater, Pride Center, and Circle, the AIDS Foundation.
Yeah, see, we had him on for all that stuff. Yeah.
Stan Penfold, who we've also had on the show, former executive director of the AIDS Foundation, said Bastian supported them back when lots of people were afraid to be associated with the cause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now it's all the rage, but...
We were there before it was cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
His philanthropy also included funding for performing arts, the Symphony, Ballet West, University of Utah. He was appointed to the Presidential Advisory Committee of the Arts by Barack Obama. So Sad. Local good Utah man, Bruce Bastian.
Legend.
I remember when WordPerfect was new, right? Like, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, you can use this kind of device on a computer to like make manuscripts. It was mind blowing, you know, because it was from the typewriter to that.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Really, and just launched that whole.
I still use it every day.
The Little Twist Fire, which is a great name for a fire.
Or a band.
Or a band.
Hi, we're Little Twist Fire.
In Beaver. It's expected to be very active through today because winds are ramping up. That's why Todd might talk about this in the weather, that it's much cooler today because there's this cold front coming through. Utah Fire Authorities say the blaze, which started as a prescribed burn before being declared a wildfire, was moderately active yesterday. Could be more active today because of those winds. It will increase the fire activity. Crews are going to continue their efforts to contain the fire throughout the day. And there are some fires further south, which could be making our air a little smoky up north here. Right now, it doesn't look so terrible.
I know there's a bad one in L.A. right now.
And we often get the smoke from that as well.
'Tis the season.
Help me out with time, Kerry Jackson.
Weather traffic.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
Hey, weather traffic. First of all, traffic, just your basic slowdowns making your way into Salt Lake City. That being if you're heading in from like Utah County in from that direction. Heading in from Davis County, it looks just fine. And traffic brought to you by Empathetics. They can get you your med card through the state's medical program with 9 locations from Ogden to St. George. Empathetics offers compassionate care and access to plant-based medicine offered at one of the state's 15 pharmacies. Learn more at empathetics.com. And weather cooler today. It was hot as hell. Now we're only going to get up to about like 77, maybe some spotty sprinkles later today. But then sunny and nice and warming up into the 90s by the end of the week.
All right. Thank you.
Owner candidate number 3. Hey, bartender, can you erase that security footage so no one knows I let my drunk girlfriend drive my police car?
Wow.
New York City Police Department inspector has been indicted on charges that he lied to investigators and tried to get incriminating video footage erased after his girlfriend drunkenly crashed his police car into a cab, prosecutors said on Thursday. Deputy Inspector Paul Zagreely, who led police precinct in Manhattan, is accused of trying to cover up the wreck by acts including switching seats with his girlfriend after the wreck,
Oh, God.
and then offering the cab driver bribe money. Zagreely pleaded not guilty to all charges. Manhattan prosecutors say he was out drinking with his girlfriend on a summer night and let her drive his police vehicle.
Wow.
She crashed into a cab and then, with Zagreely in the passenger seat, sped away from the scene.
Of course.
Instead of turning his girlfriend in, prosecutors said Zagreely switched seats with her and kept driving. When the cab driver caught up with them at a red light and flagged down another police officer, Zagreely repeatedly offered $500 or $1,000 to the cab driver rather than exchange insurance information. I'll give you $1,000 and we'll forget this ever happened.
Do we know, was it a marked police car?
It was an unmarked police car.
It was
but
unmarked.
but it was a police car.
They're usually kind of obvious even when they're unmarked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Prosecutors said Zagreely called an NYPD captain and told a series of lies, that he'd been driving alone, that he was on his way to work when the crash happened. Prosecutors alleged that he soon signed into work at his own precinct, called the owner of the bar, and asked him to erase footage that would capture the couple's 3-hour drinking session.
Jesus.
Well, listen, you got to erase that video of us.
It never happened.
Uber.
Yeah, exactly. All of this could have been fixed.
Uber.
Voter candidate number 3. Hey, bartender, can you erase that security footage so no one knows I let my drunk girlfriend drive my police car?
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Owner candidate number 1, you're killing me, Smalls. This is the actor that played Smalls in The Sandlot. He's on video throwing a dumbbell at his neighbor's Jeep and pulling a knife and
showing his butt crack just a little bit.
And voter candidate number 2, not a drag queen. This is a pastor, a friend of Trump's, who's talked about Satan being in the libraries. Well, he's now being shown to be a creep and a groomer and all those things they accuse other people.
They accuse other people of. All right. And, of course, number 3, the cops. It's time for you to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, June 17, 2024. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box. It says Boner of the Day, June 17, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see the box, refresh. It'll appear. But you better hurry, though. You only got 3.5 minutes. So let's go. Boner of the Day. Get your vote in.
3986.
All right, 7:48. It's time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by, my husband wasn't home last night.
What?
So it's Cocoa Pebbles for dinner.
Yeah. Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah. Those are the good ones. Not the Cocoa Krispies. Tuy on the Cocoa Krispies.
Really?
Yes.
See, I'm the opposite.
You
I would
prefer
prefer
a Cocoa
Crispy
Crispy?
to a Cocoa Pebble.
Really?
They're more substantial.
But they're not as chocolatey. The chocolate just... I'll fight you all day on this.
I know. You have your Pebbles. I will be over here with my Krispies.
And also brought to you by Gracie's. Check them out for lunch and dinner. They're open daily. They got brunch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday till 3. Live entertainment nightly on the patio. Right there on the corner, right out our window on the corner of 3rd South and West Temple. Must be 21 or older to enter.
It's a mouthfeel thing. I can't explain it.
I mean, they are the Rip Your Roof up cereal. They're a Captain Crunch-like texture.
Yeah.
But not as bad as the Captain
Not as bad
Crunch.
as Captain Crunch. No, I can't think of a cereal that's as bad as Captain
That's
Crunch.
top of the...
But it's worth the pain, though. The Captain Crunch, I love it.
Boner can number 1 was You're Killing Me, Smalls.
Okay.
This is the actor who played Smalls in The Sandlot, and there's video of this.
I need to see this video.
Arrested. He's shirtless, and like Todd likes to say, there's butt crack shown. Took a dumbbell and threw it at his neighbor's Jeep, and then went up to his neighbor's ring cam with a knife. This is not the first time he's been in trouble with the law. Boner candidate number 2, not a drag queen, a pastor who has like 100,000 worshipers come to his megachurch and has talked about how Satan's in the schools and Satan's in the libraries and Donald Trump's great, and well, he's being sued for molesting a girl. And Boner candidate number 3, hey bartender, can you erase your security footage so no one knows I let my drunk girlfriend drive a police car? Oh, well, that just says it all right there, doesn't it? Let's see. We had, it was overwhelming winner.
Oh, really?
Overwhelming winner.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Boner candidate number 2.
Barely anybody cared about number 1.
I thought that was
one was just fine.
That had a local twist, and I thought number 3 was a good one too. On any other day, probably.
Probably, I suppose.
36 votes for number 3, 6 votes for number 1, but 149 votes for not a drag queen.
It's your Boner of the Day for today, June 17, 2024. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. Hello, Todd.
Yes, so yesterday, Father's Day.
Yes.
And I guess all of us in this room, our fathers have all passed. Now, this is my first Father's Day without mine.
The first everything is
It's
hard.
Not good at all.
The first
it's,
everything
it's
is
tough.
hard.
But so we decided, we've been kind of doing, my brothers and I and my mom, we've been on Sunday just going to lunch somewhere, and she lives out in Weber County, and so we kind of head that way. And I heard it was a couple days ago on this very show, someone was talking about some places in Ogden, and then a listener either texted in or called in and says, hey, wait, Ogden's our little secret. Don't be telling people how nice
How great
it is.
Yeah.
Which I'm now going to do. I'm going to share the secret, because it's been a minute. Like, I've been, in downtown Ogden a few times, but the more I go, the more
It's cool.
it's way different than you've ever even thought. And there are so many great little pubs and eateries and restaurants. And so here's the vibe yesterday in Ogden. So we decide that we're going to go to this place called it's the Utah Brewery.
Yeah. Oh, they got a good burger there.
Yeah, and my mom tried to eat one of those. Massive. So you go there, and anyway, so we're trying to find it. And so you have, where the junction is, which is where the old Ogden City Mall was. You have the big old parking structures.
It's the same parking structure.
We're the ones for the mall. So we're kind of going there based on GPS, because I have not been to this place before. I think it's on Grant Avenue. So we go to park, and I've got my mom, who's elderly, and you don't want to have her walking blocks and blocks. And then you have nobody wants to walk. It was hot.
Yeah.
And I've got my handicapped brother. So we park, and we're all sorted together in the parking structure, and we start looking at our phones. Okay, how do we find the place from here? And we end up taking this massive, huge detour through all of the parking structure, almost to the other end of the wrong block. And then we come out We have to walk all the way back up the street, and then we're like, we pulled in right there. We were pulled into the parking
were so
structure
close.
right across the street. So we kind of failed in that regard. But here's the vibe. So this brewery, it's just a great little pub, great food. Michael, our waiter, who, when he was taking our order, he's like, okay, and Todd, what would you like? I'm like, how do you know my name? And he's like, well, you're Todd Newcomb.
Well, of course you are.
And he's like,
Don't you know who you are?
I camped out at it was back when we had, I think, The Offspring or one of those shows for the Big Ass Show, and we used to have the ticket sale at the studio when we were up in Trolley Corners. He's like, when I was in high school, I camped out, overnight to get the $9.60 tickets, and and he's like, I remember that. So we reminisced, and it was just great. So here's the vibe. So you have this brewery. There's all these great restaurants. People are there. It's just humming along. And there's an Ogden Raptors game going on, and the stadium's like right behind the brewery. In fact, you can get yourself on their patio. And there's just a fence between the Lindquist Field where the Raptors play.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so you can sit there, have a beer, watch the game, get some delicious food. And it was cool. And it was just this. I'm like, this is Ogden. Like it's not.
Well, it wasn't like that
when we lived up that way. Yeah,
when
like
KJQ was up there.
the 80s and the 90s.
It was not like that at all.
Sketchy. It was.
They were trying to make it.
Yeah,
that
they were
way.
in the process of revitalizing, and I thought it'll never work. It'll never. And they're like, we want it to be like Park City, and I'll be damned, it is very nice.
It is.
There's
It's
lots
cool.
of good restaurants.
And
25th Street.
Oh, that's
is,
the best walk. Just walk up and down 25th. And all those old classic old buildings that have been there forever have been, most of them converted into cool little restaurants and pubs and eateries and coffee shops and bookstores. Like, it's really cool.
Well, it's already begun here. Sketchy Blake of Ogden, please
Stop
stop
telling
saying
people.
nice things about Ogden. We're trying to keep it sketchy.
It's worth your trip. Seriously, go there.
Well, and they do those concerts.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they got the whole Twilight concert series and almost a better lineup for the Ogden ones than here. Like, it's,
I know, right?
And then that amphitheater where they do those is great. Like, it's happening. It is not the Ogden that I remember at all. Like, remember when we used to do the street festival?
Street festival.
And it was just a bunch of, it was sketchy.
It was.
It was just sketchy. But now it's like this hip town with cool places.
Well, see, they could bring back the street festival now.
It would be way
And it'd be
different.
huge.
And it would be huge.
I mean, and they do. Like, they have a lot of events on 25th Street.
They have a huge farmer's market
Yeah,
there.
they do car shows. They'll close off 25th Street from time to time during the summer. And just, I mean, yeah, Ogden, pay attention
Sorry,
to
Ogden, your secret's out.
I've ruined the secret.
No,
Too late.
that Utah burger is a damn good burger.
So my sweet mom, she's like, well, I want the burger. And
It's-
they bring it out.
yeah.
And it's like 8 inches tall.
It's one of those you don't know how to attack it. Like,
There's like 18 pieces of bacon on
smash
it.
it down. and-
I don't like a tall burger.
And
I got to try to figure out a way to unhinge my jaw.
I know, that's what I thought. I'm like, Mom, you're going to have to like get your knife and fork and just
So I
cut
wind
little
up
bites of
squishing it,
yeah. But it was fun. So thanks, Michael and the team at Utah Brewery, and we'll send you the bill.
Ogden's awesome.
All that free advertising I just gave you.
Yeah. I know. I had that thought when I ate there last time. I'm like, these guys should advertise with us. And then I
Yes.
was like, no, there's a line out. There
Yeah,
was
they
a
don't
line
need-
to get in. They don't need our.
But well, now there will be a bigger
yeah,
line.
a bigger line.
We've ruined the secret. It's okay. I'll have Adam call him. We'll get this.
Jimmy John's in the chat room. Live the cheap life in Ogden. We have better. And he starts listing stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it's something else. Oh, and then we were up that way as well for Father's Day on Saturday. For my father-in-law, we went and had lunch at the place called Napoli's. It's more in Riverdale, but then it was Far's ice cream after. Classic. Oh yes.
I need to go back to Far's.
Oh, Gina, it's awesome.
How's traffic between here and Ogden? Is
Well,
it
let's
clear?
scroll down to the Ogden section of traffic. I mean, if you're heading into Salt Lake from Ogden, it's fine. Like, it's just, pretty basic stuff. A little bit of slowdown through some of that construction in the Roy area, and then the rest of the valley looks pretty decent. So, okay with traffic this morning.
Thank you very much. KXRK Provo. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages. Bill Frost is here to tell us about what's on TV this week. Stand by.
In addition to digital high-definition stereo 96.
So I was telling you about the little cat we are fostering.
Binky?
That's the name of the cat came with. There's Binky, x96.com/live. The first picture I showed you, I didn't have a picture of her surgery. And I still don't know why she lost her leg, her right hind leg. But that's the surgery. And it's so amazing to me that she does not seem to mind this at all. The only thing she doesn't like is the collar,
The cone.
the cone of shame. And if you reach in there and you scratch her around the chin and around the side of the head, she will not leave you alone for a while.
So we had our vet friend, Dr. Davis, on and asking him about animals losing limbs. And he said, actually, dogs and cats do really well. Just with
It's kind of
They'll adapt,
and it's kind of interesting. It's like you think, why aren't you depressed, or why aren't you sad, or why aren't you moping around? Because that's what humans do.
Yeah.
Most humans. I mean, if I lost a limb, I'd be bummed for weeks.
I wonder if they get phantom limb syndrome, because I know when people lose limbs, they can have like sensation, like it feels like it's still there. But
You know what the big problem with this is for her, for this little cat? The litter box.
Oh, that would be.
how? Yeah, how?
She now I haven't watched her do this, but I can hear her in the other room.
Yeah.
She spends quite a bit of time scratching around in there,
Yeah.
and then
But can she hold herself up?
I don't know how. I haven't watched to see how, but you can tell that's the difficulty
Yeah.
because she scratches and around. She's, most cats just, they go in a couple of scratches, do their business, and they're done. She's in there just scratching and scratching and scratching in the litter box, and she's using it because I have to go clean it out.
So you're fostering her till she heals from this, and then she'll be up for adoption.
Yeah.
So if somebody's interested in adopting her, how do they do
The
that?
Humane Society. It'll be a while yet, and I'll tell you more about it because she has to go back to the Humane Society or back to the vet to be spayed.
Oh.
So.
Oh, they didn't just do all that at once? That's
No, I
too
think
much?
that was a little much. So next week she'll go back and be spayed and have those staples. They just look so painful to me.
They do.
But she'll have the staples removed and she'll be spayed. And it just, again, it's amazing to me. She just goes about her business and she's really, she loves having as I said, the scratch around the neck, and she'll bother you a little bit to keep. She wants you to keep doing that, but if you stop and say, go, I've got stuff to do here, then she'll just go, oh, okay, and go away and sit in a chair or something.
My neighbors used to have a donkey that only had 3 legs. They named it Wonky.
The Wonky Donkey.
Oh, here's one. I got breast reduction surgery and had phantom boob syndrome.
What?
Oh, that's not true, sir.
I think they do have phantom leg syndrome. Well, it's called phantom limb. My dog had her front amputated a few years ago, and in her sleep she would run, and you could see the muscles in her chest twitch on the amputated side.
Yeah.
She also still shakes with that side. That was her dominant arm.
Oh, you like shake hands. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, and Sid, who's a vet tech, my old boss used to say that pets are built with 3 legs and a backup.
An extra.
Yeah. Well, that dog that I rescued and then gave to my brother had 3 legs, and that dog was an escape artist. My brother Scott did everything he could to keep that dog in the yard, and he built the fences high, and the dog would find ways to get out and run away. Loved to run, and I don't know how he did it.
Gina's sign off is, we called it Wonky.
Wonky, Wonky the donkey.
And Wonky the Donkey apparently is a book? Oh.
Maybe.
Well, all right. If not, it should be.
Is it an okay book for kids? I don't know if we should be promoting it.
I mean, how is the donkey wonky?
Well, that's what I was.
You know what I mean. Never fails to amuse.
I like that one, and I like this one, too.
Is that the same cat?
Different cat.
This little cat has a really nice, distinctive meow, and it's a questioning.
It goes up at the end.
Yeah, it's like
meow.
meow.
833-986.
Yes, Todd?
Somebody listening in Salem. It's right in front of me.
Is it Salem?
Salem. Well, that's your old hometown.
My
Gary.
hometown, yeah.
Proud dairy farmers and their raw milk in Salem. No, they pasteurize it there now, right?
Even we were smart enough to say, yes, thank you, pasteurization.
Science.
Well, we welcome it. Anyway, well, at that time we did anyway.
Things may have changed. It's been a while since
you've been backwards.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been there. Anyway, Bill Frost is here to talk about TV. Is that a sponsored feature, please?
Indeed it is. CableTV.com is the place to go for expert reviews, recommendations, and resources for discovering the best cable satellite streaming and internet services near you. Maximize your entertainment with CableTV.com today.
It's Bill Frost. He writes things and plays things and podcasts, talks things, and all of that at BillFrost.tv, correct?
Yeah, find all the stuff there.
And you, off the air, you were saying not only is Ogden awesome because of all the things we were talking about, you made it awesome this weekend too.
Oh yeah, band Magda Vega. We played a show up at the Funk and Dive on Washington Boulevard. Always a fun time.
Except for when the elevator doesn't
Well,
work.
yeah, the elevator is busted, so you gotta hump all that gear down the stairs yourself.
You're just not a musician unless you've either been stuck in an elevator with gear or had one just totally not functioning and had to haul a big heavy rig up a bunch of stairs.
It was not pleasant, but other than that, good times.
All right.
Today,
What's
speaking
on
of good
TV?
times,
Yes.
on Hulu, docu-series premiering today, Cult Massacre, One Day in Jonestown.
Oh,
I'll watch that.
Honey, write that down. I'm sure you.
That's right up mine and
Yeah.
Sue's alley.
Yep.
And remember, it was Flavor Aid, not Kool-Aid.
Exactly. Don't ever forget that.
And
They cheaped out.
Jim Jones went cheap.
He didn't go.
yeah, so that is 3 parts to premiering today. Tomorrow, I mentioned this just because I can't believe this hasn't been a show before. Chopper Cops on Paramount Plus.
Wow.
It's cops with helicopters.
Yeah, why
in Florida.
What has taken them so long?
Wow.
And also on Tuesday on PBS, Disco Soundtrack of a Revolution, a docu-series.
Oh.
Yeah. About
I'll watch this
it
too.
started off as a good thing.
Well, it was always a good thing.
Yeah.
And then Bros, the equivalent of Bros at the time, took over and made it a bad thing.
Well, yeah, it also got too big too fast. It was like
And there was that too.
It was like if you were alive at the time in the mid to late 70s, you could not escape it. There was no internet. You just could not escape disco. It was everywhere.
It was everywhere, but
And
it was mostly racism and homophobia.
Yes. It started in the New York underground as a very inclusive collective,
And I may be in the minority, but I don't mind disco Rolling Stones or disco Kiss.
The Rolling Stones skated by easily.
Yeah.
It's when Kiss did it.
Yeah.
Because the Rolling Stones song was good. And
Well, that was so typically Gene Simmons. He goes, "There's money to be made."
He's not wrong.
So that is a 3-part docuseries that starts tomorrow on PBS.
Oh, good.
Bill, did you watch the Andrew McCarthy Brats on
Not yet.
Hulu?
I'm getting to it.
We watched it over the weekend.
Yeah.
May I
Go right ahead.
If you're into that generation, it's awesome. I kind of got the vibe though that it was Andrew McCarthy just going, this mean journalist called us the Brat Pack. Meh.
Well, see, my wife and I watched it, and we decided it should have been renamed Andrew McCarthy's Therapy Session.
It was, right? Oh, my God.
I've been working through
And
all of this.
Yeah, don't.
There's this great scene. He's sitting there with Rob Lowe in Rob's house on the beach somewhere, this beautiful, and Rob's like, dude, what's the problem? We got it made. We're good. But they called us the Brat
What are
Pack.
we complaining about?
Yeah.
It's still fun. Watch it because just you get all your favorites from back then.
Oh yeah. And no Judd Nelson.
Yeah.
He wisely stayed out of it.
Or Molly Ringwald.
Molly stayed out. And I was hoping they were going to work Anthony Michael Hall into it because he wasn't technically...
He should have been there.
But he was Brat
He
Pack
was adjacent. He was as adjacent as John Cryer was.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say he was more than John Cryer.
I would think
you
so
know?
too, but
anyway,
whatever.
Sorry, go ahead.
On Thursday on Netflix, they're doing another series, America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. We did 16 seasons of the previous making the team reality show about Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
16 seasons?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Jesus.
And now we're doing another one.
Don't watch anything.
Enough.
Yeah, it starts on Thursday on Netflix. Friday, I'm looking forward to this because it's going to be terrible. It's a movie on Netflix called Trigger Warning, starring Jessica Abloh as a ex-special forces officer.
No, I saw the commercial for this. I'm curious. I have to admit.
It'll be terrible.
She goes back to her small hometown after her dad dies and takes over his bar. And then she runs afoul of the local crime goons. And the writers, I read a thing, the writers pitched this is basically, this is First Blood meets John Wick.
Yeah.
We're not even going to pretend it's anything else.
With Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
Yeah. And it's
come
from
on now,
the...
she was,
you're going to do...
She can do action.
Okay.
It's from the producers of John Wick, by the way. Yeah. And, if anybody remembers Dark Angel from
Okay, I'll give her...
over 20 years ago, you know Jessica
I'm
Alba
sorry.
could kick ass.
She can, yeah.
You cannot find Dark Angel anywhere to stream.
Nope.
I've looked. I've got the DVDs, though.
It's a rights thing.
Yeah. Shoresy, Season 3 on Hulu on Friday.
Okay.
It's the Letterkenny spinoff. It's all about the hockey player, Shoresy. If you...
Katie likes it.
Yeah. Shoresy is a little more grounded in reality than Letterkenny.
If you're in that universe, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. And Sunday, mentioned this last week, Orphan Black, Echoes on AMC.
With Jessica Jones.
Yes, Kristen Ritter. Yeah,
Kristen Ritter's in
there. This is set in the year 2052, and the cloning, corporate biotech cloning is still going on because evil gonna evil.
Yes.
And and Kristen Ritter plays a woman named Lucy, who's an amnesiac who may be a part of it. She might be a copy. We don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
But
we'll find out as we go.
Yeah. And so they're not making her play like a dozen different roles like Tatiana Maslany played.
I was wondering that.
They might get there eventually, but
but not right away.
Yeah.
All right.
And wanted to mention a couple of shows you should be watching harder. We Are Lady Parts, Season 2 on Peacock. Very funny show about a group of Muslim women who start a punk rock band in London.
I like it.
I hear good things.
It's a very funny
I hear
show.
good things.
Yeah. And the songs are good, too.
Yeah.
And this kind of happened, kind of slipped by me. Calling from Account, Season 2 is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
It's an Australian.
Yeah. And it's about a couple who meet cute over a dog getting hit by a car. Dog's fine. Don't worry.
That was part I was worried about, too. But
Yeah. The dog's okay.
Okay.
All right.
And also, the South Park movies have been really hit and miss on Paramount Plus. The new one, The End of Obesity, it's one of the good ones.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty good, yeah.
That's the one with the insurance bit in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Navigate the American health
Because I pulled that from the internet.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been watching them because they have been not good.
This is a good one.
This one's a good one.
I'd recommend it. Yeah.
All right. I have a warning and a recommendation.
Okay.
A warning, first of all. Season 3, Episode 4 of Sweet Tooth is some of the most grim stuff you will see.
My daughter was watching that last night.
It's so grim, that episode.
Yeah.
But our little Gus grows up in it.
Okay.
Oh.
He has to adapt to this awful world that he's
Oh,
living
no.
in. Yes, it was it was tough to watch. And but I'm sticking through it.
Okay.
And then finally it wasn't the finally of Hacks, but the close to the finally of Hacks. Thank you for the warning.
Mm-hmm.
Christina Hendricks has never been more attractive to me.
I was
now.
going to say, when I watched that, I instantly thought of you like Carrie is going to love.
there
She's a
she is.
horrible. She's a horrible.
She's a horrible person.
Hacks. That show.
It's
on
great.
so many levels.
It's so good.
great.
Anyway, so there you go. My warning and recommendation
Yes.
of viewing for this week. Thank you very much. Bill Frost. Traffic.
Taking a look at the situation with traffic. This is just a ridiculously calm morning. I remember the one time I substituted in here and we had like that major accident, so this is payback for that day. It's pretty chill right now if you're driving basically anywhere. And it's brought to you by Journey Back Millions of Years and come face to face with the most menacing predator to walk the earth, the The Tyrannosaurus Rex T-Rex 3D opens this week at the Clark Planetarium with prehistoric activities on Saturday, June 22nd between 1 and 4 p.m. Visit clarkplanetarium.org for tickets. I know Katie's going to be all over that.
Exactly. Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. And
I think Todd's going to help.
I'm going to be
today.
the contestant. Now, is this song you're playing? You're on this day.
This isn't on this day.
Getting me all excited about
Yes.
earlier. Okay.
The album that is 99% perfect. I say 99% because nothing is 100%.
If I disagree with you on this, Carrie, because we will debate this.
We'll go down
But
the tracks.
But usually I might side with you. We'll see how it goes.
I think you'll side with me.
But even Todd's going to help
Yes.
Beat Gina contestant today, so you'll have a better chance of winning. Call 877-602-9696 if you would like to play. What are they playing
Oh, and,
for?
and this is what you want. Tickets
Yeah.
for I Don't Know How, But They Found Me, our buddy Dallin Weeks.
Yes.
No, they just keep, throwing on shows. November 27th at the Complex, so get ready to win those.
All right, so I don't know how, but they found me tickets for you at 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play Beat Gina right now. 877-602-9696. Line up and play. You will win. All right. BigOTires.com.
And they've got their Stars, Stripes, and Savings sale going on now at Big O Tires. You can save up to $120 on select sets of in-stock tires. This sale goes now through July 7th. And while you're in there getting new tires, you should have them check your AC, too. It's going to
Yes.
be it's cool today, but we are going to warm back up by the end of the week. Stay cool all summer long. Get $10 off any AC service now through June 30th at Big O Tires.
And it's not just your air conditioning. It's your one-stop shop for various repair jobs, tires, wheels, alignments, rotation, balances, oil changes, brakes. Get your brakes checked. Good Lord. Batteries, shocks, struts, fluids, all of that stuff. It's not just tires. Of course they do the free tire rotations, flat repairs, air checks, alignment checks, check engine light check, brake check.
They check everything.
They check it all. They take care of it so you don't have to think about it.
Make an appointment online. You can just drop in, but it's so easy to make an appointment. You just go to bigotires.com to find a location near you. Well, when we last left Muhammad,
Your son.
my son, not the prophet, in New York, he wanted to take the subway and go to a specific store that was a ways away from where we were.
New York City.
By himself.
Was that one of the provisions of it? I mean, he insisted on going by himself?
No, because I was enjoying the museum, and he was done with the museum.
I'm enjoying the museum, so go expose yourself to the filth and crime in the New York City subway system. Run along.
And I thought, and Festus, my oldest child, said, "You would have never let me do this." I said, "You're right. That's
Yeah.
oldest child syndrome. Well, by the time you get to youngest child,
You don't care if they're murdered in the subway.
you're tired,
And they'll be
and
fine.
they'll be fine. You've learned. Your first child, you make mistakes with. Maybe you're too strict. Maybe you're too rigid. By the time you get to the last one, it's like, whatever, I'll see you later.
In the middle of the day, it's pretty safe to take the subway from uptown to downtown New York.
Well, there have been all these stories you may have seen about the National Guard is being alerted because there's so much crime.
They're patrolling the subway. And you knew about that, and yet you said, go ahead, honey.
Go ahead. It's pouring rain, by the way. So even if he'd wanted to walk, no, it's pouring rain.
That's too far anyway.
And so he leaves. And I said, be back by 4 o'clock because we have dinner at 5 and a play at 8 or whatever. Be back by 4 o'clock.
What was this specific store?
I can't remember the name. It's his girlfriend's favorite store. He wanted to go get her a present there. I don't know the name of it. I don't know.
So he's dating a girl who spent lots of time in New York
She
City.
lived in New York.
Oh, well.
Her dad used to be on Broadway. That's another story. So he leaves. And he called me at like 3:30, and he said, "I'm not going to be there at 4. I'm going to be late."
I'll tell you what happened when I got there, but I will be there.
Okay.
I said, okay. He gets back. He walks in the hotel room, and he's soaking wet. I mean, drenched. Like his shoes are sloshing. Slosh. What happened? Well, went to the store, successfully took the subway to the store, got to the store, bought the present.
What was the present?
He bought her a little bracelet and a little ring.
Okay.
And bought the present, and then going back to the subway, and the subway that I took there is now closed. Why is this closed? He walks down into the subway.
It'd be flooding.
Not flooding. But he can hear this man shouting down in the subway. And the man is shouting, "They're trying to murder me.
So it's closed for police action.
They're trying to murder me." Muhammad continues down.
Of course.
Because you ought to see what's going on. And he said there are all these people lined up on the subway platform with their phones with the flashlight on, and they are waving them at the subway car that is coming down the track to try to get the engineer's attention to stop the train. Because down on the track, and I will call him a local character because they were calling him Pump Fake. So like in basketball, you pump fake.
All right.
Pump Fake. Get off the track. So he's somebody that they know, some local. Get off the track. This guy is standing in the middle, and Muhammad has video of all of this, standing in the middle of the train track, yelling, "They're trying to murder me. They're trying to murder me." He's having some kind of psychotic episode. The people got the train to stop. I guess that's what you do, is try to signal them with the light on your phone that there's a dude on the track. You're gonna have to stop the train. They can't get the guy off the track, and
Isn't there the danger of the third rail
well,
there too?
And so Muhammad said this guy
It's electrified.
kept leaning down and like threatening to touch it. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch it, and everyone was like, "Pump Fake, no!" Don't.
Pump Fake.
Pump Fake, don't
it's local
do it.
color.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
This is part of the free show.
And you can hear the people on his video say, "Come on, give me your hand. Let me help you up off the track. Help you up off the track." Finally, police came and got him off. But all of this, the subway is closed. And so Muhammad walked back in the rain from that destination, got back to the hotel. We were going out to dinner and to this play. His one coat that he brought is soaking wet. So he hops in the shower to warm up, and I get out the hairdryer and I'm trying to dry off the coat.
Pump Fake, dry off the coat.
Pump Fake.
That's the fun of New York, right there.
And I am proud of myself, and I thought you would be proud of me too, that I just let him go. Yeah, you go ride the subway and have an adventure.
Well, I think you should be proud of your son for being adventurous.
Oh, I am. And my daughter, as she's hearing this story, she's like, "I wouldn't do any of this. I wouldn't go to Canal Street and buy a knockoff."
So he walked from back
14th Street
to 50th?
54th.
54th. That's a good truck.
Yeah, in the rain. Wow. But Pump Fake was holding.
Now I don't understand. I don't understand why they didn't. Once they got him off the track, open up and just let the.
I mean, Muhammad didn't hang around to find out. At some point, he was just like, "I have to get back, and I can't wait to see what happens with this." So.
I would have asked somebody, "Are they going to start the train soon?"
But
yeah, there are all kinds of I had all kinds of adventures like that when I was in New York. It used to intimidate me. I had to walk through the park where the New York Public Library is every morning on my way to work. And there were all these drug dealers just lined up, loose joints, red pills. You want pills? You want loose joints? And it used to scare me kind of until I realized, wait a minute. These are just small businessmen trying to make a buck. Of course. They're not going to hurt me or anything.
No.
They just want to sell me
yeah, and you don't have
loose
to buy
joints.
anything.
No, but it was kind of creepy. And then and then I kind of grew to appreciate. I'd go, no thanks, no thank you, no thank you. Good morning, no thanks. I liked most of the experiences I had in New York that were briefly threatening.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out to be just kind of interesting.
Yeah, and that's all this. I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't in any danger of any kind.
It's just amazing what goes on.
Yeah. Pump fake, no.
I'm still caught up on the name Pump.
I don't know
Pump
where they
Fake.
got pump fake. Maybe he played basketball.
I
at
stopped
one point.
listening to the story after the Pump Fake
Yeah.
because now it's in my head.
Yeah.
I think I know. I think if he's a kind of a person who has episodes and stuff, I think he probably does that.
Oh, maybe,
He,
yeah.
he does that kind of pump fake
Motion?
move around
Yeah.
town all the time,
Mhm.
and that's why because New Yorkers are literal people.
And
look, he's doing a pump fake. Well, let's call him pump fake.
And we have so many friends of the program. I'm waiting for somebody to text in from New York going, oh, I know pump
Oh, I
fake.
know that guy.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
He's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've seen that guy.
Day. 1972. David Bowie released his fifth studio album, the groundbreaking Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Every track on that album.
Is that the one you won't leave in studio
I
because you're
will
worried
not.
people will ruin it?
It's too good.
I mean, you trust Todd, don't you?
I trust Todd.
Yeah.
5 Years, Soul Love, Moon Age Daydream, Starman, Lady Stardust, Ziggy Stardust, Suffragette City, Rock and Roll Suicide. I mean, every song.
You can trade, and I say this, and I'm dead serious when I say alternative music would not exist without Bowie. Like,
Absolutely
the guy
not.
invented it. I know that people
truth.
want to say, well, it was glam rock and all that. No. This is where it started.
Mm-hmm.
Bowie.
Yep. Anyway. Sorry, had to get that out. Is this sponsored, Todd?
Yes, probably.
I
What
bet.
are we doing? I don't even know where
It's
we're
Beat
at.
Gina.
Oh, yes, Beat Gina.
We're beating Gina.
All right, it's brought to you by the Stateroom Presents, making live music memories. Don't miss Pigs on the Wing, a Pink Floyd retrospective. Coming up on Friday night at the Stateroom. Tickets are available for upcoming shows. Go to thestateroompresents.com.
That's for you too, Carrie.
Yes.
All of these musical tributes to Carrie. Is it your birthday with the Kinks
Not even.
and the David Bowie and the Pink Floyd?
Not
Look at
even.
all that.
Carrie Jackson Music Fest.
Indeed.
So Bill
You
is
don't
on
go
assignment.
boingo in there, I'll be all complete.
Bill Allred is on assignment. Johnny Ola is also on assignment. I think they're different assignments, but they're on assignment.
Johnny Ola is conducting a seminar for future game show announcers.
Ah,
He's
And
very good.
Finishing it up. And, you learn from the best.
sure.
So,
Well, so we'll do Beat Gina a little bit differently today. 877-602-9696 if you want to participate. And you're going to have help today. Todd Newcomb is going to help you in Beat Gina. And with that help, you could possibly win what prize?
These are
Todd?
good prizes, too. You're going to want these, and I don't know how much help I'm going to actually be, but this game is rigged. You're going to win. We got tickets for I Don't Know How, but They Found Me on the 27th of November at the Complex. Win tickets all this week, and I've even got some of those later this afternoon on my show. So if you don't
Very
win
nice.
today in the morning, listen to me in the afternoon. We'll get you hooked up.
all right. So Caroline is on the phone. Caroline, are you there?
I am.
All right,
Caroline.
You and Todd are going to team up today.
I apologize in advance for my lack of useful help.
All right.
So
So,
we've got this, Todd.
Okay.
all right, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage to the game. Caroline, call it heads or tails.
Tails.
All right. So let's see what happens. It is heads.
Ah, you're
I
going
would
to
have
need the
told
help.
you I would have told you to call heads, but you wouldn't listen to me.
Heads means that Gina goes first. The first question is for her to answer. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, I will allow Todd and Caroline to answer the same question correctly, stealing the point away. We'll go back and forth until one of you has 3 points. Various topics today.
All right.
We'll begin, Gina, with Indiana Jones trivia.
Just all Indiana Jones. Okay.
This question is yes.
Okay.
What is the franchise trademark for the Indiana Jones franchise?
Okay.
They will always hide the sound of a fart in every fight scene.
Every fight
Listen
scene.
close, you'll hear it. Is it 2, they fit the line, I have a bad feeling about this in every film?
Mm-hmm.
3, they fit in the line, trust me, in every film?
Mm-hmm.
Or 4, they all begin with a match cut of a rock in Utah, which is reminiscent of the Paramount Pictures logo.
You're trying to trick me with this one, Carrie Jackson. I believe it is Trust Me.
You think?
No.
No, terribly sorry.
No.
Carolyn, I know this one, Carolyn. What are you going to say, Carolyn?
Okay,
We're sidebarring. This is a sidebar. This
Sidebar.
doesn't count.
Go ahead.
What do you? I know the answer, Carolyn. But what do you think?
Can you repeat the answers again?
Is it one? They will always hide the sound of a fart in every fight scene if you listen really closely with the right ears. They fit the line, I have a bad feeling about this, in every film.
It's that one.
They fit in the line, trust me.
B.
Is that the one you're picking?
B.
Oh, my God, really?
You're
That's
thinking,
Star Wars.
That's Star Wars,
That's the
kids.
part I thought you knew. That is
I'm
the-
tricking you. I'm
Damn
tricking
it,
you.
Carrie Jackson.
They all begin with a match cut of a rock in Utah, which is reminiscent of the Paramount Pictures logo. Go ahead and watch them all again. You will see. All right. Let's switch to reality TV.
I'm embarrassed. I should have known.
You should have known that. I know I'm good at
Carrie's
tricking
tricky.
you. I'm
Carrie's
good at
tricky.
tricking you.
Carrie, we're in a fight.
All right. Gordon Ramsay truly suffered while Kitchen Nightmares was in production. What was something that he did not get while filming? He got 3, not one of these, okay? Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 1, ulcers? Is it 2, explosive diarrhea? Is it 3, consistent indigestion? Or 4, food poisoning? What do you think, you two?
I'm staying out of this one. I gave you bad advice.
You're on your own.
Let's go with C.
Consistent indigestion? No, sorry. This is an actual trivia question, so I'm sorry I threw
That's
this at you.
okay. Ulcers. No.
Explosive diarrhea.
Oh.
All right.
I thought
This
that was
is-
the joke answer.
Okay.
It's the funniest answer, so understandably you would.
All right.
Okay, let me get one here.
More reality TV.
All right.
Which show is credited with the beginning of or the popularization of reality TV?
Okay.
Is it 1, Looking for Comedy in the Muslim World? Is it 2, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Is it 3, Real Life, the story of the Yeager family? Or 4, The Real World?
The Real World on MTV.
Very good, 1990.
Yeah.
All right, Caroline, Todd. The first version of Real Housewives was set where? This is the first ever Real Housewives show. Which city was it set in? 1, The Real Housewives of Mayberry. Is it 2, The Real Housewives of Orange County? 3, The Real Housewives of Fat City? Or 4, The Real Housewives of Miami?
Carolyn, I don't have the faintest idea what the answer is.
I am going to say, did you say it was Orange? Which one was that one? That
Orange
County?
County?
Is that what you said? Orange?
Yes,
yeah.
Orange County. That is correct.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Well, Gina,
Yes.
Jurassic World trivia.
Yes.
The T-Rex in the movie Jurassic World
Yes.
was revealed by director Colin Trevorrow to be the same T-Rex that was in the original Jurassic Park, 1993.
Okay.
What did Trevorrow say about it? Was it 1, this is her island, she is the head of the homeowners association? Is it 2, she's been on this island for 22 years, she's a little older, she's hungry, and she's angry? 3, she's actually more mature and quite reasonable? Or 4, she's lean, she's mean, and she's not too far between?
Number 2, I'm
Number
going
2
with.
is correct, yes. I write these for Gina. What's the score?
I have no idea.
I'm 2.
She's ahead.
You're 2?
Yeah.
She's
you're-
1?
you're
Okay.
1.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo trivia.
I don't know these.
Don't worry, you've got Caroline to help you.
All right, Carolyn.
Is it 1? When Gil thinks about how he and the fish will escape, as the camera pans toward and out the window, what can be seen outside? This is in the tank in the dentist's office, all right? What can be seen outside the window? Is it 1, the Pizza Planet truck from Toy Story? Is it 2, a Mount Rushmore with Buzz, Woody, Slinky Dog, and Bo Peep faces? 3, a truck filled with tissue boxes because Andrew Stanton ordered that this movie be a 5 tissue crime minimum. or 4, a Bubba Gump shrimp restaurant?
I've seen none of the Disney movies, so I'm just clueless.
Caroline?
Oh, it's been forever. We'll go with the last one.
A Bubba Gump shrimp
don't know.
restaurant?
Pizza Planet.
Pizza Planet truck.
I win.
There you
2
go.
against 1.
Easily, Gina kicked our butts.
There we go.
Oh, but
However, Gina, I can get you on the list. You don't need these tickets for I don't know how. You're friends with Dallin. He'll let you
yeah,
know.
he'll,
I've got Dallin's
go
phone
ahead,
number
Go
here.
ahead and give Caroline the tickets anyway.
It's going to be a good show. The 27th of November at the Complex. I'll have another pair to give away this afternoon between 2 and 6.
All right, Caroline, hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those tickets. All right. News now brought to you by.
News is brought to you by.
You'll
I
find
have
it.
a lot of stuff over here.
That's
to keep track
okay.
of. Hey, it's brought to you by Haster. If you're looking for a new way to stay entertained this summer, drop by Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon miniatures, dice, paints, and so much more. Check them out at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Organizers of a Philadelphia festival that ended nearly a month ago say they're working on a plan to remove meats and cheeses that were accidentally left dangling from a greased pole.
What?
A month ago.
So
The annual Italian Market Festival has a tradition of dangling Italian meats and cheeses from a greased pole for visitors to try to attempt to climb to
Climb the
claim
greased
prizes.
pole. Okay, all right. Maybe it shouldn't be meats and cheeses.
It should be gift certificates.
Maybe it should be something else, yes.
Organizers said a crane was brought in on the last day of the festival to remove the leftover prizes, but weather conditions led to a surge of visitors late in the day that prevented the removal from going forward as planned. The sacks of meat and cheese have been dangling from the pole for a month amid hot and humid temperatures, leading to fears that the food items are rotting. But visitors to the site said they have not yet detected any foul odors. We'll get close to it, and you will.
Would you climb a greased pole for cheese, Gina?
No.
What kind of cheese?
I mean, it's Italian cheese. So
Yeah,
it's probably,
depends on what kind of cheese.
Festival organizers said they're working on plans to get another crane to visit the Italian market to remove the meats and cheeses. But they said it's difficult because the market's very crowded. I think what happened to birds will eat it?
Yeah.
Why aren't things eating it?
That's true. I didn't think about that.
That's
Birds should be able to eat that.
Birds eat cheese, right?
Sure they do.
Meat-eating birds? Where are the hawks? Where are the predators? Where are the raptors?
It's not a challenge for them. It's just, they like catching it alive. There's just some rancid sack of meat hanging there.
Speaking of more animals, a saltwater crocodile terrorized a remote Australian community by snapping up dogs and lunging at kids, only to meet its end at a feast cooked up by locals. The 12-foot reptile has been stalking and lunging out of the water at children and dogs and adults, and the crocodile purportedly has taken multiple community dogs.
Oh.
After talking to elders in the community, police shot and killed the scary predator on Tuesday. The community then prepared it for a feast. You're going to eat our dogs and children? We're going to eat you, crocodile. The animal ended up as the main ingredient in various meals. Crocodile tail soup was on the barbecue, few pieces wrapped up in banana leaves and cooked underground. It was a traditional crocodile feast.
You got to cook it like low and slow for a long time because it's kind of tough.
Would you eat crocodile, Gina?
So at the restaurant at Trolley Square, the Brazilian meat place, they have I think it's crocodile meat. It's either crocodile or alligator. They come around with little tiny meat on sticks, and I think I was dared to try one of those.
And you did
two.
it?
Yeah.
Do you remember your thoughts?
Two. It's the old "it tastes like chicken" thing. It was white meat.
Well, it's a little gamey.
I didn't love it. I don't.
couldn't do it.
I don't do well with the eating dare thing. Carrie and Bill dared me to eat a soft shell crab once.
Well, you lost a bet, so you had to.
But I honored the bet.
Well, and we took her over to Takashi, so if you're going to have soft shell crab, let's get the best, and it was prepared perfectly, and there were these the whole crab,
You just eat the whole thing?
Yeah, you put the whole thing in your mouth.
Yeah.
See, that's like eating a spider.
And they're standing there on the plate.
They pose them.
Oh, okay, no.
Like on their legs with the claws
so,
up.
yeah, there was like 3 of them, in there.
I've never heard of this.
Delicious.
I'm with Gina on this. No way.
No, thank you.
Gina and I are almost almost
children.
on the same page.
We're very close.
I guess I'm somehow more adventurous because I'll eat cheese and eggs and
It's
stuff.
true,
but,
yeah.
But mostly we're just French fries and hamburgers.
So you're a toddler, and she's a.
Oh, I'm a toddler
no,
too.
she's a toddler, but
It's
you're,
true.
And I'm like 5.
A more advanced, yeah.
Let's see. We'll just do all of the animal stories now. How about this headline grabbed me. It says cleaning tip that will prevent brown recluse spiders from invading your home. So of course I want to read
Of course
that.
you want to know this.
Because we have the brown recluse spiders here in Utah. Many people immediately panic after spotting a spider in their home. This is especially true for brown recluse spiders. They can reach a half an inch in size, their legs stretching over an inch long. If you spot one of these, grab your vacuum cleaner and eliminate them from your home. They're saying don't squish them with a tissue.
Really?
Suck them up with a vacuum cleaner. And
then it's in your vacuum bag.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So they're saying suck it up with a vacuum cleaner and then take your vacuum cleaner outside
and set fire to it.
and then take
And
the
let it
bag out.
loose?
But I'm like, I would be getting a new vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I don't want that thing crawling out of me when I'm trying to do. Because this is funny. We were at after we went to lunch yesterday with my brothers and I and my mom, and my brothers pulled up some YouTube stuff to show mom, and she freaks out when there are spiders.
Sure.
There's this YouTube guy that lets them crawl all over him, and he's letting a brown recluse crawl on his hand. And my mom's just screaming and freaking out, and we enjoyed that. But,
No,
I
don't do that.
I don't want anything to do. And I guess I acquired this from my mom. She freaks with spiders, so I'm exactly that same. I'm a screeching woman when a big.
You
yucky
check your
spider-
bag before you get in. You lift up your sheets.
Yes,
check
absolutely.
the sheets.
I'm scared of a brown recluse being in like my shoe, or like once I had some garden gloves and I left them out in the garage for a couple of days, and I just threw them away because I'm like, there's spiders in there.
Do you have some sports for us, Todd?
Sports,
Oh,
weather,
I
traffic.
sure do. Sports. I think I've done all my stuff because we have geek news coming up, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so sports. Kind of a dull time of the year for sports. However, during this time of year, there's a lot of college football recruitment activity going on, and the Utes acquired a couple of decent picks over the weekend. They got this 3-star Hawaii linebacker, Max Fano-Amona. And then yesterday, they got a pledge from a 4-star linebacker from Las Vegas. Now, Gina, you're going to like this kid. Christian Thatcher is his name. He's still in high school.
Okay.
But he's pledged to the U of U. He's currently ranked number 6 in the nation by ESPN in the 2025 graduating class. Now, I watched his highlight reel, and he's good. He's a linebacker. He's quick. He's agile. He's a big kid, and he's just like a heat-sinking missile to the ball. And he's one of those kids, you can be big and whatever in football, but you got to have the brains to match.
Yep.
And so he's one of those kids you can see the way he plays. He's picking apart the offensive scheme. Like he's reading what the offense is going to do, and he kind of stations himself to get there. He's fast as hell, makes big plays. A couple of interceptions that I saw on his page. And God, when he gets the ball, he's going to run like you could run him as a receiver too. Like talented kid.
We'll take him.
So that's going to be a nice addition for Kyle Whittingham and the Utes. So pretty cool stuff there as they continue to build that program up and up and up. We talked about this with Amy Donaldson. Real Salt Lake currently ranked number 1 in the Western Conference. So go Real. They're going to be on the road Wednesday taking on Sporting Kansas City. Likely going to win Kansas City way down in the rankings. So there you go. And then they got that big game. She said, was it on Saturday when LA's coming in? So way to go for RSL for
we're here
solid,
for RSL.
solid stuff. What are we doing? Traffic?
Weather and
whatever,
traffic,
Weather.
yeah.
All right, weather 77 and spotty sprinkles maybe in the afternoon. Going to warm up as the week progresses into the 90s and lots of sunshine this week. And taking a quick look at traffic, I'm not seeing a ton of delays. Did everyone stay home today?
I guess
after
it's a
Father's
government
Day?
holiday.
Oh,
Government
that's right.
holiday.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we better check to see if the liquor stores are open.
Oh,
Oh my.
God.
goodness, we need
Someone
to
let
alert
us know,
people.
please. Text us 33986. Infiniteam, we're concerned about the liquor stores.
All right.
And I think that's it. Yep.
We will take a break. We'll be back after these with a little bit of geek news for you. And the Boner Recap game is on the way as well. You'll have a chance to win something. Now, someone is asking about the vacuum cleaner thing. The real question is, could the spider withstand the pressures of a vacuum?
Yes, in my book, yes.
Will it get caught in the spinny thing and get squished against the bottom?
No, the spider's going to crawl out and get you.
All right.
If Hollywood has taught me anything, that spider's alive in your vacuum, and it's going to get you.
And I checked. Liquor stores are closed today. So.
Damn it. All right. Well, now you know. All right. Geek news after these. Now, Katie just reminded me that it is estimated that, what was it, yesterday? Yesterday was the 38-year anniversary of Radio from Hell.
Really? Yesterday.
Are you feeling that?
Now, that's not when
That's
you
not
joined.
me,
That was
no.
when the whole format change at KJQ happened and all that.
And all of a sudden, we were Radio from Hell on
KJQ.
On KJQ.
38.
I worked at KJQ earlier than that, but I've been on this show for 27 years.
27 years.
Or maybe 28 in May, I think. But
And you measure things by births.
by births.
I measure things by how much it hurts.
Because Festus will be 27 at his next birthday. That's how I figure it out.
Oh.
And I started with you guys before Festus was born, so.
Oh, okay.
But I worked at KJQ before that.
Oh, geez. So 38 years.
Yeah.
Does it hurt?
They're everywhere. Pretty much everywhere.
And you guys still haven't got a watch yet.
No. Nor a dinner.
Or a dinner.
Or a dinner.
No one's ever given us a dinner
Never
or
given
a
us-
watch.
Never given us a dinner.
A gold watch and a dinner. That's what we need. Someday.
I don't think so.
No, I don't
think you
either.
should say
No, they're going to.
someday.
No. I maintain that somebody will come into the room and turn off the microphones and turn out the lights and say, it's been fun, but we'll see you later.
No, that's what happened to my dad. Tom Barberi, long time.
How did that happen? Yeah.
It was the classic Friday.
Friday.
They waited till after the show.
show.
Tom, I need to see you in my office for a minute.
Yeah.
We're going a new direction, and that's it.
And that's it.
No goodbye, no.
And that direction, by the way, we're calling that direction the end of call radio.
Even though it's down
Basically.
the hall right now,
Yeah.
it's a sports station.
It's a sport. That is the same.
Yeah,
frequency, isn't it?
usually when they let radio people go, that's you don't know. You don't get
Yeah.
to come on the air and say I'm leaving.
It's
in 2
it's
weeks.
rare you get a goodbye show if you're being fired. Now, if you're retiring, you usually, at least according to the radio trades that I read,
Yeah, you get it.
they let you do a final show.
So Howard Stern is at the end of his contract.
Yeah.
His contract is up the end of this year. He makes $80 million a year.
Oh, shut up. Why do you have to do that?
And they are begging him to stay with Sirius because he's
the reason.
There are people that will not pay for Sirius anymore once he's gone.
Yeah.
80, and he's like, yeah, I think I might be done at the end of this year.
No, he won't.
If he's made $80 million a year for the last 5 years, that's just the last 5 years. He was making millions
Before that, yeah.
I don't know what you do with that kind of money. I mean, what?
You invest it.
But for what? What? He
You
could
do
not
good-
possibly live any better than he
I
lives.
would
good works.
I would travel. That's what I would do with that kind of. I would just travel. I'd say goodbye, suckers. Book a flight to Paris.
I would see if I could have. I would see if I could have some things replaced.
Like parts of your body?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's they're just. I don't know. I do think that we won't be fired. They'll just turn off the lights.
That's us being fired. That's
They'll wait till the end of the contract and
Yeah.
then turn off the lights.
A texter reminds me. Doug Wright had a year-long farewell tour. Remember how excruciating
Yeah.
that was?
Yeah, he did.
And he's still on the air.
No, he's not. He's only does commercials now.
Oh, that's right. They replaced him on the movie show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just be one day you'll tune in
We'll
and we'll
just
be
not
gone.
be here.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So check our social media and we'll
But
tell
you know, I mean, 38 years or 39 years, whatever it ends up being.
It'll be 39.
That's it. You know, that's a lot of time.
Can't go for an even 40, though. I'd like to go for an even 40.
Ed Brass says they wouldn't dare kill very important sports, so Radio from Hell will live forever.
That's true. That's
That's not how that ended?
No.
No?
Zoology teacher Vanessa here can confirm that a full-size vacuum cleaner will dismember a spider the size of a brown liquid recluse.
Oh, okay. Thank you. See, we have smart people listening. Thank you. If you're smarter than us, text us 33986.
Well, they're going to blow up our text line now.
There you go. All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
Geek News on the Radio?
Mhm.
Oh, it is totally sponsored by Jed's Barbershop. The new location, open in Daybreak's North Shore Village, just south of Harmon's. They've got arcade games and a frosty old-fashioned bottle of soda waiting for you. Set an appointment. Just download the Jed's Barbershop app or visit jedsbarbershop.com. Now, Bill Allred was out there on Friday afternoon, and they were cleaning him up. Now, we've been saying that Bill's on assignment, but there's so much ear hair involved. He's still in the chair
Still
at
in the
Jed's
chair.
right now. They're still
That's the assignment.
they're still removing the ear hair, but he looks like a handsome, dapper lad.
Oh, that's not the...
No, we're doing Geek News on the radio.
Not the game show.
Geek News on
The
the
absence
radio.
of Bill Allred throws the balance off just a little bit, so we
does.
try to hold this thing together, and it's, you know...
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
People wonder what this is. It's from the Birdman cartoon series from the 70s. Anyway, does anybody remember the movie Enemy Mine?
Yes.
You do.
Lou Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid.
There
I
she
know
is.
this.
That's my girl. Now, this is good news, bad news for those of us who are fans of Terry Matalas. Now, he's a showrunner.
I was going to say that name doesn't.
That means nothing to you. He's a showrunner, and he did the final season of Star Trek Picard, which was just fabulous.
Okay.
He's also now in charge of being a showrunner for a new Vision TV series for Disney Plus for Marvel.
Okay.
But here's another project that he has gotten is a reboot of Enemy Mine.
So I always thought this was a great premise for a movie. It's there. Well, I'll let.
I've
Karen
got it
tell
right
you.
here.
Okay.
Set in a future where mankind is warring with a reptilian alien species. Enemy Mine starred Dennis Quaid as the human pilot, Louis Gossett Jr. as an alien who crash land on a desolate planet. Both have deep-seated hatred for one another because they're at war, but they're forced to overcome their prejudices to survive. Things are taken up a notch when the human pilot must take care of the alien's baby when the reptilian is no longer able to.
It's a good premise for a movie.
Great premise for a movie.
It didn't do great though. If
It
I
was a
remember.
box office bomb.
Why
It achieved success later on cable. Yeah. So they're going to remake it, and he's going to write the script. This is his first film deal since his success with Picard. He's mostly a TV guy, Terry Matalas. So, and it will be a complete reboot for two reasons, because Louis Gossett Jr. is dead.
Right.
And Dennis Quaid no longer has empathy.
He's crazy.
So,
Dennis Quaid has gone off the deep end.
so yeah, he won't be in the
Well,
remake.
you'd want younger people anyway.
You would.
Yeah.
So Derek Connolly, who wrote Jurassic World, is now working on the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover movie.
Okay.
And Chris Hemsworth is in talks to be in the movie. Now, at the end of let's see which movie was it? It was one of the Transformers movies. The G.I. Joes showed up at the very end. You like a cut credit scene.
Okay.
So, I mean, this just makes sense. You get your toys and put them all together and play with each other, if you own them both. Well, we just learned that this will give you an idea of what the plot will be.
Okay.
They announced the official title of this movie, and it's G.I. Joe versus Transformers.
They're fighting each other.
So, give you an idea.
Okay.
Just a little taste.
Old guy here. Hollywood just keeps drifting farther and farther from anything I want to see
Well-
I'm just so burned on the superhero toy crossover, blah, 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 blah.
Well, let me give you a little news that'll help.
Okay, all right.
Okay, because you love Godzilla.
Okay, yeah.
All right. It was a week ago. Godzilla Minus One finally left Japanese theaters.
So it's been playing that whole
This is
time.
a record.
Yeah, that's huge.
273 days
Wow.
that it played in theaters in Japan.
Now it's on Netflix,
On Netflix.
here
It
now,
just-
and I
it
need
just
to go
dropped,
watch
yeah.
that.
Yeah, a
and
few
watch
weeks
the
ago.
watch the subtitled version. That's always better, I
Mhm.
think.
Absolutely. Let's see. Anthony Bourdain, before he died,
Yes.
you know he liked comic books.
I did not know that.
He wrote one.
He did?
Yes, and I knew about this. Called Get Jiro. Set in the near future, the show centers on a mysterious, revenge-focused sushi chef named Jiro in a version of Los Angeles where customers resort to murder to secure a table at a coveted restaurant.
There had to be an angle there. of
Exactly. It is going to be made into an Adult Swim animated series.
course. Well, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there you go. Yeah, so looking forward to that. If you're an Anthony Bourdain fan.
I am.
Or an animation fan. Let's see. This actress from Euphoria, since they can't quite figure out what to do with the latest season, plus all of their stars are huge stars
Yeah,
now.
they have bigger jobs
Kind of
now.
hard to get them back into the same building. So all the other people are looking for work. Hunter Schafer from Euphoria has landed a lead role in Prime Video's sequel. It's a series called Blade Runner 2099. So she's going to be starring opposite Michelle Yeoh in that series, and that will be on Prime. The Blue Beetle movie was semi-successful, reasonably enough. James Gunn liked it enough to say he's in the
Now
new
in the universe
DC
kind of
universe,
thing? Okay.
and you're going to get an animated series of Blue Beetle. Where it winds up, we don't know because it's Warner Brothers. I mean, you'd think it would go right on Max, but
who knows?
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Let's see. And if you're a big fan of Adventure Time, and I know Todd is, you're going to get more movies and spin-offs and all of that. You can look that up on the interweb. I know you love Adventure Time. Why is it called Godzilla Minus One?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I know it's a direct sequel to the original Godzilla, the first movie. This is the first direct sequel to it.
But why isn't it +1? Why is it -1?
Minus one, I don't know. Maybe it's lost in translation. I don't know. It takes place in 1960s Japan.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's good. It's one of the best ones you'll see.
Ed loved it.
Yeah. Ed Brass, another Godzilla aficionado.
Ultimate Godzilla fan. All right. Traffic, please.
It's been just chill. Everyone stayed home today, so thanks for that. Made my life easy.
Oh, that's good.
And there you go.
All right. Coming up after these messages and a song, it is the Boner Recap Game. All you have to do is call us and tell us who won the boner this morning. Well, that's easy. If you were listening, you heard. You know.
Or you can cheat.
I mean, today might be tough to guess. You could guess, but cheating is what we recommend. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting June 17, 2024. Click on that, and it'll say winner right next to the winner. Pretty easy to do. What is the prize?
Well, we've got passes, tickets for you to attend the Radio from Hell Pulp Fiction turning 30 at the Salt Lake Film Society. You
So this
guys-
is the announcement of this event.
Yeah,
then.
you're going to be there doing a podcast and not safe for work because that's always what a podcast should be.
Mhm.
And this is happening on July 12th at Broadway Center Cinema. Now, tickets are on sale. This is now, I just checked, posted on x96.com. You want to go and purchase your tickets now. There's a link right there. You'll find it. Get your tickets because these, and I've been able to, I attended one, I had to fill in for Bill actually for one of your Not Safe for Work podcasts. That's where you want to experience the true glory of Radio from Hell. So check this out. It's the 12th of July. So we're going to give away some tickets for that.
So that evening will consist of us recording a podcast and then showing the movie.
Pulp Fiction, you can watch that at home like every year. But to see it again in the theater with fans,
That's the way to
glorious.
do it.
That's the way. That's going to be fun.
Exactly. All right, so we got tickets for that for you, and all you have to do is play the Boner Recap game. 877-602-9696 is the number to call, play, and win. Pretty easy to do all of those things. ranlife.com/X9.
We're bringing back a feature we used to do years ago, the Training Table Boner Recap.
Nope.
And what that is we will we'll get somebody on the phone.
You'll
a
call
contestant,
877-602-9696.
and I will recap the boners for you, the boner candidates, and then you tell us which one of them won, and you'll win.
Utah's Family Fun Spot Lagoon, now open on weekends. Come by every Saturday and Sunday to enjoy nonstop rides and entertainment. Listen all week long to us, Radio from Hell. To win tickets, you can learn more at x96.com.
So that's the prize for the Training Table Boner Recap.
Well, no, today it'll be the Lagoon Boner Recap.
No, it's the I think we just need to call it always the Training Table Boner Recap.
Why?
Because that's what it was. Like Faxorama 93.
We never got paid by fax machines.
It's the Training Table Boner Recap.
People will be confused. They'll think they're winning cheese fries.
No, they won't. We'd tell them they're winning the Lagoon ticket.
Then we should call it the
Lagoon Boner Recap.
Jeez. I thought we had this settled.
We did.
We were going to call
We
it the
did have this settled.
We were going to call it the Training
No,
Table Boner Recap.
in your mind, you've been calling it that.
It'll be confusing.
It was settled.
I'm pissed. That's what we should call it.
Why?
Because it's funny. The Lagoon Boner Recap is not funny.
But money isn't funny.
Lagoon still gets their plug on the Training Table Boner Recap.
It's kind of subverted.
I think if the training table comes back, they absolutely should pay for the sponsorship of the Training Table Boner Recap.
All right. You guys go ahead. Both of you vote against funny. That's fine with me.
Vote against.
Listen.
2 votes against funny right there.
This corporation has been voting against funny for a very long time.
Bill, I would love nothing more than for it to be the Training Table.
I'd love it.
The Training Table Boner Recap presented by Lagoon. See, that's what's there. Stephanie's got it. It's the Training Table Boner Recap presented by Lagoon. And you win Lagoon tickets.
Or other things. The prize will change.
Yeah.
We
The training
today
table.
Unless the training table ponies up the dough.
The Training Table Boner Recap presented by Tickets to See the Cure. You know, things like that.
There was rumor that Training Table was coming back. We should probably tell. There are Californian refugees listening that don't know the Training Table.
We welcome our California refugees, even though our governor does not.
So for many, many years, there was a restaurant called the Training Table, which was a burger joint.
Well, it wasn't just a burger joint. You go in and you sit down at a table, and there is a phone on your table, a telephone, and you'd pick up the telephone and call your order to the back of the restaurant where they would make your burger. And then when it was ready, your phone would ring. You'd say yes. They'd say, "Your food is ready."
Hello?
You go pick up your burger and your cheese fries. People loved the cheese fries.
No way.
That's right. And I became an aficionado of the patty melt at Training Table.
Now, it's been gone for a while, went out of business, closed down. And then mysteriously the website popped back up again, trainingtable.com. And here's what it says.
What does it say?
On the 45th anniversary of opening our doors, we're beginning the next chapter as a Utah original. It may look different, but our calling remains the same. We're here to serve the community, to bring people together, help make memories for generations to come. We can't wait to welcome you back. Now, they posted this like a year ago or something.
Well,
we have yet to see it.
See, I want to encourage them by calling this the Training Table Boner Recap, as we did in the past. That would, and it'll encourage them to get off the stick.
Somebody says they're supposed to be back last November
Yeah.
in food trucks, and nothing.
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
We want them back.
Yeah.
They were a great partner with Radio
They
from
were.
Hell for a long time.
They were indeed. Anyway, we're going to do the boner recap coming up. Carrie and Gina voted against funny, so I guess it'll just be the boner recap.
Oh, believe me, it's not me voting against funny.
Who is it? Oh, they don't care.
Look all around you.
They don't care. They don't know what we do here anymore.
Until they find out what we do, and until they care, then it's a problem.
Our attorney says, happy 20th anniversary to Faxorama 93.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
If it wasn't for Radio from Hell, I wouldn't be drunk right now.
I believe our CEO laughed and said, that's funny when I said the training. See? It's funny.
Oh, the CEO laughed at him.
Yeah.
And that makes it funny.
Well, I mean,
Well, he's a good judge of funny.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
What are you
What
saying?
I'm saying is he doesn't care. We can do it. We could do it. But we won't.
He doesn't care until he cares.
I'm hungry now. You know what I liked about the training table? It's what I like about most burger joints.
French fries?
Well, the French fries
They were
really
quite good.
But having the A1 option.
Yeah. They had a whole row of steak sauces
Yes.
and hot sauces.
I applaud
Yeah.
places that give me the A1 option.
They were like on the counter.
Yeah.
And they had all kind. They had Heinz,
Yeah.
Heinz steak sauce.
They had
and-
Worcestershire.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. That was the training table who used to sponsor the Boner Recap.
I'm hungry now.
I used to hate mornings, like those cats on the coffee cups. But now I love them because of this show.
All right. Anyway, it's coming up.
X96 Radio from Hell. Carrie, Bill, Gina. KXRK, Provo, Ogden, Salt Lake City. All this and cream corn, too.
Uh-huh. I like the
Was
laugh.
that all that was?
That's the best part.
Yeah.
That's why I saved it.
What, have you got the icky one?
Let's see.
Hi, this is Cassidy Black, Miss Rodeo, Utah, and I think Radio from Hell is icky, icky, icky.
That is the one we used to use.
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy Black.
Wonder how long ago.
Radio from Hell, X96.
Where did you just had them?
Listen, you need to come over and take a look at this someday. You'll be here for days.
They have been there for all this time?
Yeah.
We're having s'mores today. This is Matthew.
Sandy.
From the Sandy.
Oh, I get you, Matthew.
Matthew is 35 now.
I was going to say, Cassidy Black was Miss Rodeo, Utah in 2016. That's how old that was.
Wow.
The three of you will never work in this town ever again.
Well,
that's probably true.
Rich guys love hearing how great they are, and they're willing to pay for it. Money pay.
Carrie has all kinds of things.
I've got
saved.
too many things. Yeah.
I like it when you pull out those old things like
Takes
that.
me forever to find something that I'm looking for.
Oh, we have a correction. It's happy 30th anniversary to Faxorama 93, not
30th?
20th.
Oh, come on, get your math
30th
right.
Yeah. If we had a fax machine, Ed would still fax us requests and pictures of Hitler.
Which was kind of a mixed message, Ed. To this day, when we first got your faxes, we weren't sure whether you were friend or foe.
I miss the fax machine, actually. I kind of like using
It's
those.
Faxorama 93 on X96.
There you go.
See, what that was in 1993.
And then we just
we
never
would have-
changed the name.
We would have a request show where you would fax in your request.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you meet Cassidy Black? She's from my hometown. We kidnapped her, sir. We kidnapped her and we held her hostage and made her say that into a microphone, and then we let her go.
Oh, no, she's still in the back. She's still back there.
Is that what that
Yeah.
was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super and Nova.
Champagne
Supernova.
Supernova.
Like if Noel Gallagher were saying my name, it'd be Jeaner.
It'd be Jeaner.
Which is weird. Where are people saying Gina properly,
Well,
Todd?
Roy,
What Todd?
'cause
Roy.
we're both kind of
Yeah.
from the Roy area. You'll be proud of me because last week, Gina, was my 29th wedding anniversary, and my wife and I went on various dates through the evening of each night. And Friday, we closed out anniversary week by going to Roy and having a delicious meal at the Burger Bar.
Oh, well
had
done.
had a couple of big bands, and then I went nuts and got a Butterfinger shake.
Well, if you're there,
Well,
why
yeah.
not? You got
Oh,
to
it
do
was
that.
tasty. That's one of the best places in Roy, the Burger Bar.
Aw.
So good.
All right, boner recap time again. And it looks like Ken is on the phone.
Hi, Ken.
Hi.
Hi, Ken.
We're going to read the boner candidates today, and if you select the proper one that won the boner, what can he win, Todd?
Oh, it's tickets to the Radio from Hell Not Safe for Work podcast event where you'll celebrate Pulp Fiction turning 30. Wow, classic show. Salt Lake Film Society. You'll be there on hand. You'll watch the movie. You'll get to see the podcast recording, and that's all going to happen on July 12th. Tickets are on sale. This will sell out, and you can get the ticket link on x96.com.
All right.
Okay, so boner candidate number one today was You're Killing Me, Smalls. This is the actor who played Smalls in Utah's own The Sandlot. Apparently, this isn't the first time he's gotten in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
Don't you know who he is?
He, but previously was arrested at an airport for being too drunk to get on a plane. This time, though, and there's video of it, he took a dumbbell and threw it on top of his neighbor's Jeep and then went up to the neighbor's door with a knife, and you could see it on their ring cam, and he was out of control. Number one. Number two, not a drag queen. Pastor Robert Morris confesses to, quote, moral failure after a woman claims he began...
He calls it moral
failure?
failure?
Yeah, it was a moral failure.
Oh, my.
Well, and his lawyer saying, well, she was flirty.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. She was 12,
yeah,
by
she
the
was
way.
12.
The child was flirting.
Yeah, and this is a guy who said, Satan's in the libraries and all of that stuff. And boner candidate number three, hey, bartender, can you erase your security footage so no one knows I let my drunk girlfriend drive my police car? This is a great story, I thought. This is a police officer out drinking with his girlfriend. He had an unmarked police car, and he let her drive it, got into an accident with a cab, and then he tried to bribe the cab driver. Look, I'll just give you $1,000 to get out of here. And and then he went back to the bar because he and his girlfriend were there for like 3 hours drinking. He's like, hey, can you erase that video that shows I was at the bar? So those were the three candidates. Which one was the winner?
Well, that'd be number two. That was Limeball.
The most
we go.
deserving there
Indeed.
on any other day. Not, by the way, not a drag queen.
Not a drag
We keep hearing about how dangerous drag queens are, and I keep not seeing stories about drag queens doing these kinds of things. So you got
That
tickets
wasn't a police car.
Yeah. You got tickets
Actual police car.
got tickets to the Not Safe for Work podcast, Salt Lake Film Society showing Pulp Fiction, and
all right.
I'll
be a
warn
good
you,
time.
Gina will use some drunken sailor language.
Well, there's none in Pulp Fiction, so
None.
I
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
round it
Yeah.
out.
Family films. Hang on, Ken.
Thanks,
Hang
Ken.
on, and we'll tell you how to get those tickets.
Well, speaking of movies, quickly,
Yeah.
the meaning behind Godzilla -1.
Okay.
The idea behind Godzilla -1, as the title, is to indicate that Japan was so low at that point. They were at zero, the
Yeah, right
country's
after-
lowest point after
after-
World War II.
yeah.
And that -1 is like, it was even worse than
Then zero.
zero. Because less than zero was taken.
Yeah, Bret Easton Ellis beat him to it.
So at least that's what the internet is saying, why it was called that. So
It's and you'll watch it and like I'm all teary eyed during it. Like it was just a well made film, and Godzilla is evil and scary, and
Oh, yeah.
you feel for the people. Like normally the people are just kind of a backdrop. You're just like, my hell, that's just a great film.
Well, it's more of a story about this guy,
yeah.
and Godzilla's there too.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
that's the way the movie is. But I hear that the Godzilla Kong team-up movie where Kong has a robot metal hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hear it's just so silly that it's wonderful because it's so ridiculous.
Well, now is this the Americans making
This is the new one, yeah.
Okay, well stop it. The Americans make terrible Godzilla movies. Stop.
Oh, but I hear it's so bad that it's silly
Well,
and
yeah,
wonderfully silly because
I
it's so
believe that,
bad.
I'm sure.
He's got a robot hand.
Why does King Kong need a robot hand? He's King Kong.
His hand gets broke.
But he's still
And
King
so,
Kong.
So the people make him a robot hand so that he can help fight the rest of the monsters. Because he and Godzilla team up.
Just let Toho keep doing it. It's fine. Although, yeah, I say that, and like most of theirs are corny as hell too. Like the ones the original Godzilla from the 50s is great, and then it's fun after that. So.
I'm one of the few people that prefer my Godzilla silly.
I mean, as long as he's smashing stuff, that's fine.
I just love it when he'll do karate moves.
Yeah, okay.
Guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my favorite's probably Godzilla versus Megalon because Megalon is a giant cockroach.
Mm-hmm. That was when I was a kid. We went and saw that at like the Orpheum Theater, I think, in Ogden, and I loved it.
Yeah,
that was one of my first Godzilla films I ever saw.
Anyway, all right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these with some big boy news. Stand by for all of that. UtahAdvocates.com.
Yeah, weather's nice, school's out, kids are out riding their bikes. You got to be extra careful keeping an eye out for things. But kids can get injured in accidents. We're not just talking about adults getting injured in accidents. Kids can too. If your kid gets hurt in an accident, call the advocates, 801-355-5550. Or maybe you're a motorcycle enthusiast. Weather's nice, you're out taking a ride, and people just don't look. They just don't look. If you are injured while you're driving your motorcycle, you deserve legal representation from someone who understands what you're going through, and they're a local company.
Well, what's great about the Advocates, by the way, is I had the need to call them a couple of weeks ago, and they didn't know it was Todd Newcomb from X96. I just called 801-355-5550, and I'm on the phone with an attorney in less than a minute, and we spoke for a great deal of time about my situation. That's the kind of service you get. And tell them X96 sent you.
And you didn't write them a check, did you?
No, not at all.
Not a dime out of pocket. Go to UtahAdvocates.com.
It's Holiday Oils.
So we're usually talking to our good friend Jimmy, the wine guy, right now, but he's traveling.
He's in Europe.
And got me thinking. This is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. So Joe, my husband Joe, and I are trying to develop a drink, and we haven't quite figured it out yet. But let me tell you the evolution of it so far.
Yeah, why are you doing this?
Well, we were talking about the Big Lebowski, and when you talk about the Big Lebowski, you think of what?
White Russians.
White Russians.
Oh, that's simple enough.
Yeah. And I said, but I don't like the idea of a White Russian.
Why is that?
Because it's the White
What?
White Russian.
It's
what?
You know what I prefer?
What?
I prefer a brown Egyptian to a White Russian. So we said, how can we come up with?
So what you did was you started with the name of the drink.
Yes.
And now you're working your way.
You just didn't like the name of the White Russian?
Yeah.
But
I would rather drink something called a brown Egyptian than a White Russian.
I don't know. A brown Egyptian sounds kind of
Well, here's where
sludgy.
here's where we started.
Okay.
So our friends at Simplicity Cocktails,
All right.
they have bourbon cream.
Yeah.
Oh.
So a White Russian has Kahlua
Yes.
and vodka,
Yes.
and that's pretty
And
much
cream.
it.
And cream. Milk.
You put a little, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
And there's I think if you don't put the cream in it, it's a black Russian. I think. As I recall.
I think, yeah.
But bourbon cream, that already sounds kind of brown, doesn't it?
Yes.
So this is the basis for our.
Is the bourbon. That's as far as you've gotten now.
Well,
I think if you're going to call it a dirty Egyptian and you want it
Not
to be
a
bourbon.
dirty- not a-
oh, I'm
no.
sorry. A brown Egyptian. If you're going to call it that, you should just drink it out of the bottle.
Well, and Joe said maybe we call it a swarthy Egyptian rather than a brown Egyptian. But I kind of like it's not a White Russian, it's a brown Egyptian.
Okay, so you have the bourbon cream.
So in a White Russian, the thing that makes it Russian is it's vodka.
Yes.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Now there isn't really a liquor that says Egypt.
Well, they're not supposed to drink.
It's not really a. So, but we're going to stick with bourbon because if you have bourbon cream, we're like, okay, so we'll do actual bourbon with the bourbon cream. Sort of mix it with that. But Joe said, he said, there should be some salt in it. And I said, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
And he said, no, it's a great idea. And so I started looking into it. So you have simple syrups that are like a sugar solution.
It's just sugar water, yeah.
And probably Ivy at Boostique probably has some of these things that I'm going to tell you about. It's a saline solution. So like simple syrup, but
Okay.
and
you can also get that at the hospital.
and you don't need a lot of it. But I found article after article from mixologists, and I want to talk to Jimmy about this sometime, and bartenders saying a little bit of salt in a cocktail does what it does for food. Just a little bit. It brightens it up. It makes it.
Maybe you should have Googled brown Egyptian before you went forward with this. Because when I Google brown Egyptian, here's what I get. It's mummy brown, also known as Egyptian brown, or caput mortuum, which translates to dead man's head. It's a pigment, a rich brown paint made from grinding up Egyptian mummies. The paint was prized for its transparency and was used for painting shadows and glazing and flesh tones in oil and watercolor. So maybe you ought to put a pinch of mummy dust in your...
Or maybe we call it the swarthy Egyptian, like my husband suggested. But we're workshopping our own signature drink.
Okay.
Something that every family, I think.
So.
Yeah, and you ought to include the kids. You really should include the kids if it's a signature.
In the signature family drink?
Sure.
That bourbon cream, Simplicity Cocktail
Is it
bourbon
good?
cream. I mean, even just in coffee.
What is it? Just like Irish cream would? It's got bourbon in it instead of.
So
I guess Irish cream has Irish whiskey.
Would this be on the rocks? This
Yes.
drink?
So
Okay.
like a
Something-
White Russian.
Something
like,
else that Egypt is not really known for.
No,
Okay.
but
yeah.
9:22, Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Dr. Cobble's Aesthetics team. They're focused on 3 skin therapy devices for younger and healthier skin. See for yourself. They've got an aesthetics open house coming up on Thursday, 3 to 6 on Thursday at 9355 South, 13th East in Sandy.
I gave this story to Bill last week, and he skipped it.
Mm-hmm.
We touched on it briefly, but I thought I would bring it back, seeing how we have Todd Newcomb sitting in on the show today.
Okay.
A woman who said she didn't know she was pregnant gave birth to a healthy baby at a Golden Corral bathroom and then named her newborn son after the all-you-can-eat buffet. Todd used to work at Golden
I
Corral.
did. I worked at the Golden Corral in South Ogden. And what did they name the baby? Did they name it Potato Bar?
No, wait,
Oh.
wait. I'll save that for the end. And by the way, Todd texted me when we were doing this story last week saying, no.
We had births at the Golden Corral all the time. People were just having kids left
Really?
and right there at the salad bar.
Wow.
I was a midwife for several. Thank you.
Wow.
As part of my duties, I chopped lettuce and delivered babies.
Tavia Woodfork didn't know she was pregnant, which I don't know how that's possible. You hear these stories about women are like, I was so I couldn't get away from feeling pregnant. Like I couldn't pretend I wasn't pregnant for a minute. But these women that don't know they're pregnant gave birth inside Golden Corral restaurant last month. Let's see. She says, I'm still in shock. Immediately after arriving at the restaurant with her mother, she went to the bathroom thinking she just had cramps. I didn't make it to the table, but she got to the bathroom and quickly gave birth to a baby boy.
Man.
I ain't never seen nothing like it, she said.
Part of my duties involved when we were closing at Golden Corral was each night I had to mop the bathrooms. So I'm glad that actually never happened.
never.
I'm glad I didn't have to clean up that.
Woodfork experienced a rare case of cryptic pregnancy, which is when a person doesn't know they're pregnant until late in pregnancy or possibly even till labor begins. Despite his chaotic entrance into the world, baby was completely healthy, family said, 6 pounds, full baby. Okay, so Golden Corral. We're going to name the baby after Golden Corral. You would think they would name the baby,
like potato bar or freshly cut lettuce, or
I mean, the obvious would be Golden.
which is a fine
that's an
name.
actual name. Yeah.
Yes.
No, they named the baby Corral. And her last name is Woodfork, so the child's name is Corral Woodfork.
Corral Woodfork. That's
Yeah.
Wait, what state were we in here?
Let's see. This was in.
Somewhere in the South now, I'm betting.
Where is it?
Woodfork.
Oh, doesn't say. Oh, Little Rock. Yeah.
Oh.
Now,
Little Rock, Arkansas.
reverse those, and you could have the Woodfork Corral.
Yeah, that's a place.
That's a place, but not a person.
No.
The biggest traumatic thing that ever happened at our Golden Corral was, I would go out. We had these big crocks of salad dressing there on the salad bar, and they're about like half a gallon each, and you scoop out your ranch or your whatever. Sometimes people would have like on their plate that have like a slice of watermelon, and it would just kind of fall in and then submerge. So you'd be going into the to the ranch dressing, like, oh my God, there's a slice of cantaloupe that's been in here for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just selling that buffet.
Mm-hmm. So I don't eat buffet. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
Hollywood summer movie anxieties gave way to joy this weekend. I didn't write that headline. Massive debut of Disney and Pixar's Inside Out 2. The animated sequel earned $155 million in ticket sales. It was way better than they anticipated.
They knew it would do okay because it's very popular, the film.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't anticipate it doing this well. I just think these movies, they tap into something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not a young girl.
No. You have emotions,
But
though.
I have emotions, and everybody has them, and insecurities and anger and all of that. And they're just so smart, these movies. So smart. You've not seen them. So
I think everybody should see these. Everybody. Not
really
kids or no.
just amazing.
It's the second highest opening weekend in Pixar's 29 years of making films. That's surprising, too. Second biggest animated opening ever, behind the $182 million launch of Incredibles 2. It's also the biggest of 2024 and since Barbie. With an estimated $140 million from international showings, Inside Out 2 had a staggering, record-breaking $295 million global start. That's just
now,
this
remind me
weekend.
the premise of this. This is the inside the girl's
inside
mind.
the girl's mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that does sound kind of cool because it's like her mind processing emotions with characters that sort of.
And there's a memory processing center where the memories are stored.
Your core memories?
Your core memories, and it's
okay. That's clever. I like.
It's
this.
really smart.
Okay, I'm going to watch.
And what I liked about it, and what I think it's important, and even important for adults to see, is the premise of that first movie is all of the emotions are important.
Yes.
You should not try to, because throughout the first movie, Todd, they keep trying, sadness, who wants, just you don't want to be sad.
Brush
they
that
keep,
aside.
Yeah, they keep brush.
Yeah.
No, it's important to feel all of these emotions. It's healthy to have all of these.
All right, now you got me sold on it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Joy keeps trying to take over. 'Cause Joy thinks that she can fix everything.
Yeah.
But you need the team. You need all of them.
And the sequel, she's now approaching
her
teens.
teenage.
So there's all these new emotions
fun.
that show up.
Yes. One of the new emotions, ennui.
Speaking of emotions, this Utah city gets a bronze medal in the Happy City Index. The U.S. may have fallen off the list of the happiest countries for the first time this year. That's not surprising. But it doesn't mean there aren't pockets of happy folk across the nation. In fact, 10 U.S. cities recently ranked among the happiest cities in the world. Let's see, happiest cities in America. San Francisco, Madison, Wisconsin, Pittsburgh, Rochester, Portland, Oregon, and Salt Lake City, one of the 10 happiest cities in America.
We're all smiles here in Salt Lake City.
The criteria: cities needed to have at least 300,000 inhabitants, ranked based on 5 areas: citizens, governance, environment, economy, and mobility. So we're a happy place, I guess. I'll take it.
Well, I mean, we take all of our happy pills.
This is also true.
I took mine this morning.
Yes. All of our happy pills are keeping us happy.
Billie Eilish should be happier than ever. She's become the third artist to surpass 100 million monthly listeners on Spotify. And the other interesting thing about that, she doesn't have as the library of music that a lot of people have. She did it with just 82 songs. The two-time Oscar winner follows only behind The Weeknd, who has 107 million monthly listeners, and Taylor Swift, who has 102. Both have more than double the songs on the streamer than Eilish. And she's just 22. So she's got lots more time to make lots more songs. Her third album, the 10-track Hit Me Hard and Soft, dropped in April, debuted at number 2 on Billboard. First album, When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And sophomore set, Happier Than Ever, both topped the chart for 3 weeks.
Here's the thing about Billie Eilish. I know you're not a fan, Todd.
Mm-hmm.
But I became a fan.
Really?
Yes. When I saw her, it's Billie Eilish Live at the Hollywood Bowl special that was on Disney Plus.
Okay.
And then you see her interviewed and you hear her talk. I'm sold. I'm completely sold on Billie Eilish. She is the real deal.
She's very, very talented.
Mm-hmm.
And the Barbie song makes me cry. I just hear, that's one of those songs that I just hear the opening notes of it, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. Stop it right there.
She is the real deal. All right, weather?
Weather going to be 77 today and possibly some spotty sprinkles in the afternoon, but then it starts to warm up. And up as we progress through the week. It'll be back up into the 90s, but today's going to be excellent. And weather brought to you by the magic and enchantment of Cat and Cauldron, your premier destination for all things occult and metaphysical in Taylorsville. Go to catandcauldron.com.
Yeah, I found this, those things people like. I found one lying around. A list.
A list. Oh, okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
You'll have to tell me if these are true, Carrie.
All right.
Because this is a list of things men say and what they really mean.
Well, you know I'm not a real man.
I know you're not. But you're going to have to stand in for one.
Okay, I'll pretend.
Although I've got this crazy ex. Oh, she was nuts. This crazy person.
And so when men say that, what do they really mean?
Well, it could mean that maybe they were a jerk and treated her poorly, and that's why she acted crazy. Maybe she's not really crazy.
Out of all my exes, I would have to say I treated most of them poorly, but one was genuinely crazy.
But you copped to treating people poorly, though.
But I'm the reason that most of the relationships ended that I was in.
That's very healthy of you, Kerry Jackson.
A lot of therapy.
Yeah, to get there.
But one ex I did have was crazy.
Was crazy. Yes. I was just joking.
That's a cop-out.
He's likely not joking. It depends on the context. It could be insulting, and maybe he realized that after he said it, so then he's like trying to save face by going, I was just joking. He really meant
it.
Yeah.
Work with anybody like that?
I like you. Translation is, you're good-looking and exciting, but I don't want to be in a relationship, at least not in a committed one.
Oh, when they say, I like you.
I like you.
I see.
They don't know how to tell you the truth.
Okay.
You're being dramatic.
Oh, never say that.
If a guy can't deal with a situation, doesn't know how to feel in a dramatic moment, he might call you out for being overly emotional and dramatic.
Never discount her feelings. No. Never.
If she is being dramatic, maybe there's a reason she's being dramatic.
Yes.
How do you know Tom?
That's a fishing expedition.
That's code for, did you sleep with him?
Did you sleep with Tom? Yeah.
How do you know him? Not just Tom, could be Mike.
Could be, yeah.
It's not you, it's me.
That's also
Never.
Those are words that should never be spoken.
Never. You look better without makeup. Now this says this statement could be partially true. However, treat it with caution, because what men really mean is they like you with makeup, but not too much. A little bit.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want you to go on natural, but
Well, that's interesting.
You'd never say that. Never. You're just opening up Pandora's box with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was busy. We all get swamped, but if you care about seeing someone or simply want to let them know they crossed your mind, you'll have time to text quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick, hey, I'm busy at work, but by just disappearing and saying what happened. Oh, I was busy.
Yeah, don't ghost them.
It takes 2 seconds to send a text.
Exactly.
She's just a friend.
Yeah, that's always a lie.
Never just a friend. You're not like other girls.
Oh.
While this is intended as a compliment, it means that all other women are lame and you should be grateful to be so far removed from your species. Most women don't like it when guys put down other women, regardless of their intention.
Really? Okay. Even if she starts? If she starts piling on a woman?
Well, then I think
then I'm okay.
It's open season then.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch that. Guys like watching adult movies and going to seedy adult clubs. For whatever reason, many guys are convinced that all women have announced a war on adult entertainment. Oh, so lying about watching porn, is that what this is?
Is that what it is?
Women watch it too?
Yeah. Got news for you guys.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'll call you. Unless you're going not.
I mean, if you genuinely
if you're
follow
going to
up,
call,
yeah.
Don't say you're going to call them, then don't
And
call.
say, I'm not going to call.
And let's see, one more.
One more, last one.
I didn't mean to do that or say that. No, if you did it or said it, you did it or said it.
You did it or said it.
Just own it.
Yeah, there you go.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
It's really not hard. It's really not. Gina, do you have?
I do.
One of those.
Yeah.
This here.
Right here.
Is it sponsored, Todd?
Not really.
Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Wait, I do have a sponsor for this one. It's brought to you by Holiday Oil, their 60th anniversary. Celebrating this, we've got a chance for you to win a $500 gift card to Ruby's Inn in Bryce Canyon. You can go to ruby'sinn.com. Go there. It's lovely. But if you want to get signed up to win this, you text the keyword holiday to 33986. Again, holiday to 33986. You can get that $500 gift card and at Ruby's Inn, plus it's powered by our friends at Holiday Oil.
All right.
Well, this list caught my eye immediately.
Okay.
Because I am a germaphobe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
Wash your hands immediately after touching these 10 things.
Is number one on the list Kevin Spacey?
We'll see. It might be.
Okay, good.
That's good advice, though.
I'm going to guess that raw chicken is on this.
Okay.
List.
Well, let's find out.
Go ahead.
Number one is money.
Oh, yes.
These days, you use your debit or credit card for most purchases, but sometimes you need to handle cash. Well, if you do, you've been to a strip club. You see what happens.
You know they serve food in the strip club. Think about all the times when you were a kid and you put pennies in your mouth.
Yeah.
Pennies in your mouth.
Wash your hands.
Now you're making me want to wash my debit card because you think about how many times you just hand that over to someone to swipe at a
Yes.
store or something.
Yes.
It's probably gross.
So I have not only in my purse a little hand sanitizer, but this is a tip, a Gina Barberi tip. In the driver's side door, there's the little pocket in your door. I have a hand sanitizer sitting there, and just so the second I get in the car, if I've been at a store and touching money or credit card or whatever, before I touch my
You don't want to
steering
contaminate
wheel,
the steering wheel.
I give it a little pump, and I
was going to ask, is it the pump action
yes,
so you can just reach down?
Reach down. It's a one-handed
Gina,
thing.
you are very practical in the modern world.
I don't have to dig through my purse.
It's just right there. Okay, I'm totally doing that.
Gina tip.
Thanks for the tip, Gina.
So, money. Next one is
any handrails, handles, or doorknobs.
Oh, and I don't. I avoid those. And then if I go to a door, like a handle, and I can see, you can see, depending on the style of the handle, you can see the part that's worn shiny where everyone grabs. I always go like to the weird bottom corner where you can tell most people haven't touched it.
It's got to be a little better. I also like these kind of jackets. X96.com/live.
Oh, it's like fingerless gloves.
Yeah, where you can stick your thumb. Those are great for opening doors. These kind of. So
germs touch.
Restaurant menus.
Ew,
now,
I know.
Yeah, I didn't think
now
about
this
these.
is a holdover from the pandemic that I still like when they just have like a QR code on the table and you get your phone out and you scan the QR code and you have the menu that way. I like that because then you don't have to handle the menu.
See,
But-
I'm the opposite.
But the good restaurants, you'll see them. If they're laminated menus, you'll see the good places. There will be, usually at the host station while you're waiting, someone's going through and wiping
it
them
down.
down. So there are places that will do that. I see that at in Bountiful at the El Matador. They're always wiping those menus down.
Petting animals.
Huh.
They'll go outside. They roll in things.
Oh, my beagle, he finds dead, gross stuff.
You're not with your dog 24 hours a day. You don't know what they're getting into.
Dogs are disgusting animals when it comes right down to it, but God, I love them.
You love them, but but when they're itchy and they go out in the grass and roll around, and who knows what they're rolling. So
No, I'll catch Hudson occasionally going out there, and I can tell when he's about to. And I always stop it.
He's like, oh, there's a dead snail in the lawn that smells like.
He'll do this shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to get
shoulder
down.
roll, like, I'm going to go.
You're like, dude, no, stop it.
touch screens. You know when you're at a restaurant and they want you to, pay the tip and touch the thing and sign with your finger.
And self-checkout.
Yucky.
Yeah, all those.
Then when you walk out of there, you have to act like you have like wet paint on your hands.
Yes.
Like, oh, I can't touch anything until I...
See, that was like during when COVID was a thing. I was way like into this, but now I've kind of let my guard down a little bit. So I should
Be a little more
revisit the hand
careful.
sanitizer in the car door of the Gina Barberi tip of the day.
Cutting boards and kitchen sponges. This is to your raw chicken thing, Carrie.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the same kind of thing.
Especially a wooden cutting board. You better watch out for those.
And you don't want to cross-contaminate. You don't want to cut your vegetables on the same cutting board you'd put your raw chicken on.
I always thought I was doing us a favor because we only have to wash one cutting
No.
board. No.
Pens that aren't yours.
Oh, I don't let anyone touch my pens. This pen right here.
That's your pen?
I'm the only one that's touched it. And if other people touch my pens, it goes in the trash.
Katie's got her own pens.
Yep, she does.
Soap dispensers. So haven't you ever thought of that when you go
'Cause
to...
your hands are dirty.
I prefer the automatic ones. But just remember, when you're touching that,
Scrub
whatever
that
you
palm.
touched that with, make sure you're really getting that. So yeah, that's my little
Well,
list.
I can fix all of this for you, folks.
Oh, okay.
Because I touch all those things.
Yeah.
I just wash my hands more often.
Yeah, and I should. And
Like
we
a
should
lot.
totally do that, yeah.
That way you don't have to worry about any of this.
Yep.
If you're washing your hands all the time, you don't have to worry.
I'm over here touching Bill Allred's computer
I-
keyboard and
don't.
mouse.
Yeah, you don't want.
Go as soon as you're done. Go wash.
Go
your hands.
scrub down.
Yeah.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 9:43. We will take a break, play a song for you, and crawl towards the exits after these. It's Dr. Cobble's Aesthetics Clinic.
Yeah, Dr. Cobble, we have him on the show talking about medical things. He has a part of his practice that's an aesthetics office, and I go there, and I've gotten a couple of these IPL treatments done. I'm probably going to have one more of those done, and then I also want to try the microneedling. It's great for like boosting collagen. You just need to talk to Brittany there. That's who I've been dealing with there. And what you should really do, though, is go to their open house. It's free. It's 3 to 6 p.m. this Thursday, June 20th, at Canyons Medical Center. It's 9355 South 13th East in Sandy. You can talk to the aesthetics team. They can walk you through all of these different... there's no obligation. You're just going to learn about what they have there. And you can get a little bit of a discount if you pre-purchase these for 30% off. any of these 3 laser treatments. So don't miss the Canyons Medical Center Aesthetics Open House event, 3 to 6 p.m. Thursday, June 20th, for an opportunity to meet Dr. Cobble and his aesthetics team. Learn how you can feel better and look better with healthy, younger-looking skin.
I have a story to tell you, and it's a sad story. Part of it's a sad story. It's about my longtime friend, Jerry James, who lives in Tucson, Arizona. He and his wife, Kathleen, moved to Tucson from New York City, where they had lived for many, many years, but they decided to retire finally and go live in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
And you met Jerry, Carrie, and Gina. You met Jerry,
in New York. And I've met his wife. Yes.
Oh, yeah, Kathleen was. Yeah,
she
you met
was
Kathleen.
when we were there at their place. She was lovely.
Yeah, she was a really fine actress. That's how Jerry met her.
He was a stage guy.
He was. He and I went to Penn State together. We were in the theater department, and he was doing a play called Lemon Sky, and I had been cast in it already. And Kathleen came to audition, and he cast her in the play, and they became close and eventually married and had a child. Jerry sent me this note. She's been quite ill. She got hit by a car and was recovering from that, but then they discovered she had, I forget the name of it's kind of like Parkinson's disease, though, where it starts to, your muscles start to all seize up. And then Jerry sent me this message. Kathleen died today. We had known each other for almost 50 years. I put her to bed for a nap at 9, and then I went to get her at noon, and she was dead. We had intended to see the 2:00 matinee of Love's Labor's Lost at the theater. She'd gone on home hospice just 26 hours earlier, that kind of timing that can only happen in real life. She died peacefully at home in her own bed, an act of grace that she bestowed on those who survive her. The hospice people came through beautifully, sending a nurse who signed the death certificate and arranged for the mortuary to take Kathleen's body away for cremation. Although she had been failing for 10 days, no one expected such a sudden ending. But now she is free, and she can sing again. And then he quotes a really lovely 2 lines from a Yeats poem. What shall I do for pretty girls now that my old bod is dead? It just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So I talked to Jerry. He called me. I said, call me when you can, when you feel like. And he called me yesterday, and he told me the rest of the story. So when he went up to get Kathleen to wake her up for the play, it took a long time to get her ready for stuff.
Sure.
He had to dress her.
Yeah.
And, he had to do everything for her. So he went up to the bedroom and picked her up and put her in the wheelchair, and then went down. I guess it's on the same floor. It's not upstairs. It's just and he wheeled her out into the kitchen, and she said she seemed stiffer than usual.
Oh,
no. And he said, but her mouth was open. And I thought, oh, this is perfect. I couldn't get her to drink anything earlier in the day. And so I got a glass of water, and I started to pour it into her mouth, and then I realized, and then I touched her, and I went, she'd been dead for hours. She said it was like Weekend at Bernie's, wheeling her around the house. Yeah, I mean, he got her dressed, took care of her. And then he said, I really didn't realize she was, because she's so stiff anyway.
Yeah.
And then he said, but then I touched her and she was so cold. And oh my God.
Oh, man.
He thought it was ultimately pretty funny.
I guess that's what
that he'd been
matters.
tending for his dead wife for about an hour before he realized that she was gone.
That shows you what bad shape she was in if you didn't recognize it immediately.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
You're right.
He sent me a picture. It's too. I consulted Gina.
I'm like, no,
it's a
nobody
little too
needs to
gruesome to
Don't share that.
to put up. But he said, I'll send you a picture. He said, again, I find it kind of amusing.
I can't believe he took a picture of her.
Yeah.
I am also surprised about that.
Oh, Jerry is. How do I put it? If you know, you talk about the most unusual person you have ever met, the most unique. He's probably the most unusual person I know.
Yeah.
I mean, Carrie, you're an unusual person in your way. Gina, you have you're unusual. But Jerry is just like in a world apart.
He's so unusual.
He's just amazing. I said, so what are you going to do now? You know, now her brother runs the theater in Tucson.
Oh, okay.
And Kathleen's brother, Joe. And so, but he doesn't have their daughter lives in New York still. And so he said, well, you know, now I have
He can do whatever he wants.
I have my life has been very regimented for a long time, taking care of Kathleen. And he said, now I can kind of just do what I want. And I'm going to leave.
The two of you should go do something.
Well, he said it's too damn hot in Tucson in the summer. So usually I go to New York, or sometimes I'll go back to go see people in San Diego. And he said, I'm going to go to New York because see Rachel, their daughter, and then I'll do some sort of memorial service for Kathleen in September when it's cooler back here in Tucson. And I said, well, just let me know and I'll come.
I mean, you should go to that, but the two of you should just tell him let's plan a weekend somewhere together.
I'll see what his schedule is, and I don't know. Yeah, we should probably not meet in Tucson.
No.
He said it's really. He said I like living here, but when I can get away in the summer, I do.
Yeah.
He and Kathleen traveled a lot. Even after they had moved to Tucson, they were usually traveling for a couple of months. And anyway, that's the story. He said it's like my weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, by the way, when you go to the funeral, and this is just a funeral thing in general, I don't ever understand when people take pictures of the body at an open casket kind of thing. And sometimes they'll take like a smiling picture next to the casket. Don't do that. That's weird. Why would you do that?
I don't know. Here's something weird. So she's being cremated, and he said, the mortuary said, I forget how much it is to do it. You know, he said, now, but if you want people to come and observe, you know, kind of do a little ceremony, observe, it's an extra $250.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And don't take a picture of the person who is currently dying.
No, those hospital pictures, and sometimes they're smiling in those too.
And they'll put in the obituary. They've got a cannula, you know, in their nose.
My dad in his bed.
Yeah.
Hospice nurse.
Yeah.
One of my cousin's kids. Selfie.
No.
Peace sign.
No. Don't do that.
And I'm like, I was furious. And my brother pulled me aside and he goes like, it's just, it's a generational thing. It's
no.
I
don't care what generation you are. That's disrespectful.
I won't even go. You know, we're famous for our open casket viewings here in Utah, and I mean other places do them as well. But I like my mother. I wouldn't go look.
No,
I don't. I can't do it.
I was the same.
Because then that's the last vision you have of them.
Lincoln Park.
So, Gina, earlier, just a few minutes ago, you were talking about that list of stuff that if you touch it, you should wash your hands immediately. Well, now I've been thinking about all those sorts of things that I touched or touch in my daily life. But then you pick up your phone and start doing stuff on it. So I bet cell phones are just a petri dish of grime and germs and icky viruses and God knows what else.
I have these wipes, these phone wipes that when I get home from somewhere, I'll clean it off.
There's a device you can buy that you can put your phone in, and it allegedly disinfects it.
Because it's a light, like an LED
something like that.
light or something.
I think during
It
COVID
always
again,
sounded sketchy to me.
Yeah, during COVID, I would usually get like one of I'd wipe it down more than I do now. Now I feel like I need to go wash my phone because I just pet it. Like this morning, I pet my dogs before I leave, check my phone, get in the car. Now I have all those germs on my steering wheel, on my phone, and now they're on the Lifesavers I've been eating from that roll Carrie gave me at the beginning of the show, and I've been touching all this stuff. Oh my God, germs!
Like I said, you really do have to sort of envision like you have wet paint on your hands. And
it's a good thing.
You touch
it's a good thing that my immune system can handle a lot of this. But
I have some of this Five Husbands hand sanitizer. This is the Five Wives people that.
Oh yeah.
Put that out. Here, you want a little squirt?
Like I said, you guys, if you just wash your hands more frequently.
But like all the time, I'm going to turn into one of those guys. I'm going to be, wearing, boxes of Kleenex for shoes. And...
There, I feel better after that.
Oh, it smells like a hospital in here.
No, it's a good thing.
You smell like hospital.
This takes me back to COVID. Let's all start wearing masks again.
No.
Let's see. Use rubbing alcohol wipes for electronics. Rubbing alcohol evaporates.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put mine in the dishwasher, my iPhone.
I don't know that that's a good idea.
It'll clean it.
Sue says we have one of those LED disinfectors of the phones.
Yeah.
But that sounds like happy horse crap to me.
It does kind of to me, too. But
I like a good old scrubbing with some kind of major disinfectant.
Yeah, smelling like hospital says it killed things to me.
If there's a way that you could insert
the light
and
the disinfectant.
if we could inject the bleach, kills it almost instantly.
Yeah.
God, that really happened.
Yes. And people want that again, Todd.
Oh my God.
Among many, many, many other things. That's just one tiny part.
Yep. Sid says, COVID is still here. My boyfriend currently has it, waiting for my symptoms to appear.
See, I have not. Now, you still haven't had it, Gina?
Nope.
How is it
Katie hasn't?
Katie hasn't either. And Katie's husband got it.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think down the road, we're going to find that there are just some people that for whatever reason, are immune to it.
And I usually, and it's weird because since COVID, I haven't been, maybe it's because I've been more vigilant with washing stuff, but like normally I get a knockdown, drag out cold or whatever. I just haven't been actually too incredibly sick. Now, I've had a couple of mild colds and things, and I've worked from home on those days because I don't know what it is and I don't want to spread it around. But usually every year I get, hit pretty hard with something, but it's been a minute. Now I'm totally setting myself up to get, like strep throat and just flat on my back for a week.
I do think it's because we're better about washing our hands more and stuff. It's a habit we formed that was a good one.
You gotta.
So now you know why I will be sick as hell eventually.
Well, it'll be from using Bill's keypad.
Yeah, but it all happened today, so I'm at ground zero.
As a texter pointed out, he embraces germs with gusto.
Yes, he does.
Bill, by the way, on assignment today.
Yes.
We're not sure if his assignment will carry over into tomorrow, but we'll see.
We'll
stay tuned.
It's a big story, and we want to make sure he gets all the coverage he needs.
Well, and he will tell you what he wants to tell you. All right?
Yeah.
Stop asking me what's going on. He will tell you what he wants to tell you, what he wants to let you know. All right?
It's up to him.
It's up to him.
What?
Yes. All right, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exit.
Tuesday is quickly becoming my favorite day of the week.
Is it because of Taco Tuesday?
Donuts, Carrie. It's all about donuts.
Ah, yes, the Donut Critic will be in tomorrow morning.
And we'll have tickets to IDK How, Cage the Elephant, and more tomorrow on the Radio from Hell show here on X96.
You guys did great. I wrote that for you, and I like that Gina acted that out. She was pointing, donuts, Carrie, and Carrie, Taco Tuesday. Like, I believed that. I felt all the emotions. Thank you.
And we're hungry now, right?
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
I feel like I've accomplished my goal as a failed novelist.
Thank you for your help today, Todd.
Yes, thank you.
Listen to Todd later. He's working all day today.
It's a long day for me. 2 to 6 p.m. I will have tickets for I don't know how, but they found me to give away. I will play the Smiths on Todd's turntable at 3, and I promise you I will select a. It's like I make a mixtape of classic and new alternative music every single day. By hand, I select these things on Post-it notes. I scribble them down. This is Tender Loving Care playlist of excellent alternative music.
I select these things in the name of Zig Zig Sputnik.
I played that on Friday.
Yes, you
so
did.
You never know what's going to happen.
Well, okay. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know Bill's on assignment?
Hey, listen to me this afternoon.
And these Brooklyn kids, they're going to have hip dysplasia.